All right. So, where we last left off, the party had run away from the undead hordes coming up on the beach, found their way out into the forest. Um, it was still very early in the morning, but they decided to take a long rest nonetheless. And right at the end of that long rest, they were attacked by some cat people who were a very difficult fight. And that's pretty much everything that happened last week.
Literally spent the entire episode fighting fucking cats.
God.
Oh, it is true that before you guys took your long rest, you did do some planning, but other than that, it was mostly just fighting cat people.
God, that fight took forever.
Like
Jeez.
you.
Yep, so, the last two cat people had escaped into the forest, and you're sitting there. I'll bring you back over to that battle map.
Mage armor. I'm casting it.
Yeah, same.
There's
Same.
finally cast mage armor on himself.
Actually, I already had it cast.
Yeah,
You did.
we
You
were in a
both
Mage
had a
Armor
cast.
club.
I had it.
Yeah,
I did not.
He was the only one that hadn't cast it because he
Gotcha.
was too busy Eldritch blasting.
I was too busy trying to
Boy,
save
yeah.
everybody else. I didn't care about myself as much.
Go away!
I was trying to save you guys. I didn't care about myself, and I went down and almost died because of it.
Oh,
And that's fine.
Join the club.
Hi.
Join the almost died last week club.
That hits me. That hits me right here, Joe. Right in the spleen.
Oh, okay.
Do these cat people have anything interesting on them aside from the bow that I've already taken?
Each one has a scimitar, and actually, as the combat ends and you watch, the cat people turn into normal people. No longer cat people.
Great.
Just human bodies dead on the ground.
Cool.
Would I know what the hell that was?
You can make an Arcana check.
Ooh, can I make an Arcana check?
I was gonna say, that seems sketchy. I like how the last roll that I see from last week is me punching something.
Yep.
I feel like that's fitting.
Good.
Oh.
Two ends of the
Everyone-
spectrum going on
Oh
here.
my
Woo.
lord.
Got some magic users this time
Guys,
around.
you know
Alright, I
magic.
just want to be part of the fun, but my roll is just gonna have no meaning.
I mean, I
All
have
right.
a
Wow.
-1 to my intelligence rolls.
So, Amity, Zaris, and Ramona, you are all able to identify these creatures as being lycanthropes, specifically were-tigers. Specifically for Zaris and Ramona, you remember being bit by those lycanthropes, and you remember what that usually entails.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Great. This is great. Everything's fine.
How many
This
people were bit again?
sucks.
Well, I think a couple people were bit, but the only two that failed their saves
the
were
poisons, yeah.
were Ramona and Zaris.
Oh yeah.
Because of course I failed my save.
It's alright, we don't need
It's what I do.
Oh, and my roll 20 crashed too. Look at that.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's back.
Hooray.
Brought to you by Roll20.
So, I mean, don't worry too much, guys. I mean, I know you guys were bit and stuff, but like, I'm working on something in my book that's gonna be really good for this, and at a later.
At a later date.
How much
Yes.
later are we talking?
Don't know.
Okay, so useless. Okay, great.
Yes.
Wonderful. What time of day is it, Mike? Did we sleep
Seeing
in
how
the
this
middle
is
of
at
the
the
day?
end of your long rest, it would be about 4 in the afternoon. So like late afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that was quite the pointless rest.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be.
As I look over the group and see 3 people bloodied, and just like,
I was recently almost dead.
yeah, 2 of you were, I think.
I was almost dead as well.
Yeah.
I also almost
Okay.
died at one point.
If I look around, Mike, do I hear or see anything in the trees that is
Sure, make a
suspicious?
perception check.
It is haha suspicious. I don't know why I said haha before that, but
Aha.
It is haha suspicious.
You do not hear anything that I know of.
that you know of.
I know.
Josh, is there anything else?
Well, I mean, let's find out.
Oh God, he's like, and 20 cat people.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, only 10.
Actually, she
Okay,
was
so
short end. There's actually 45.
Great.
Just kidding.
TPK.
Just that scene in Tarzan with all the baboons just right there.
Like, oh shit.
Never saw it.
What? We'll come
Joe's
back to that a
old.
later time.
Yeah, that'll be at the break. Can I spend a minute using primeval awareness to see if there's still not other animals in the area, or if that's changed since we rested?
I was ready to put it.
Sure.
So I can sense beasts within 5 miles of me.
All right. You can sense that wildlife seems to be coming back to the area.
Even back towards the beach.
Yeah, although it does seem to be a little tentative. They're not they don't like their preternatural senses don't sense anything, but they're still wary of whatever was keeping them away before.
It seems like animals are returning to the area. It might be safe for us to head back to the beach and take another look. See if we can find anything else.
All right, I can
Do
look around.
do we want to double back exactly the way we came, or should we go like maybe around?
We should go a new way.
Hmm.
Also, do any of you need to maybe sit down for
Yes.
a
Yeah,
minute?
like just for like you know, like an hour or something.
Okay.
Should definitely do that too.
I think maybe in the future, who was it that made the bubble again? It was.
It was me. It was Amity.
Like, you gotta be specific. 2 of you sound really the same to me now that you got your other mic back. Like, God damn it. You're one person. Yeah, we should maybe have you on like first watch from now on. And like you can set up the bubble like after, I don't know, 15 minutes of everybody going to sleep, so that we'll have like 15 minutes at the end to, look around and not get ambushed.
I can do that. That's
Okay.
fine.
That should.
That's smart.
We'll all just sit back down on the ground.
Yep.
Right back where we
Damn.
were. We all just kind of.
Smells like
You've
good
taken
lava.
my trump card away from me.
I was thinking about it all week. I was like, what can we do to make this bubble not so chaotic when it comes out? I was like, oh, a 15-minute delay. Like a little timer, like an egg timer, just ding, 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 bubble.
All right, then yeah, you get your short rest in. So go ahead and roll hit die for those wounded people, which is pretty much everyone.
I'm supposed to technically have all my hit dice right now. Why are half of them gone?
Because you used them all and then we rested and you only got half back.
Yeah, you only get half
Oh,
of
right,
your
yeah.
max level back on hit dice.
Right.
I did not roll that well on my hit dice, did I?
Me neither. Actually, I did, is the sad thing.
I didn't do terribly.
Yeah.
I just
No, you
have-
rolled pretty good.
No,
Yeah.
we're good. Yeah.
Math was hard for a second there.
It's
That
fine.
roll
We
gets
got
you
it
a
in the
shit ton
end.
of dimes.
Oh,
Oof.
it's fine. I get all my key points back. Yay.
I got an arcane recovery.
I got all my spell slots.
I've got a jar of dirt.
Get out of here with your
God
card.
damn it, Josh! Every day.
Stop.
Been every day with this
Stop.
shit.
Yes.
It's like we sit down for D&D. It's just like, how can I
Have a
fit in that
dirt.
joke one more time?
It's so easy to fit that joke in, though.
It's really not hard. It's a pretty low hanging branch.
Literally just, I have something. I have a jar of dirt. All right, well, we all look much better.
Yeah.
A little better.
A bit.
What should we do about those of you that, were bit?
I mean,
Do
yeah, I
you have
guess
an idea of
until
how long that might take to, to set in?
I would say with Amity's 26, she would know that you don't usually start to show signs until the your first full moon. Holy
First
shit!
full noon?
Yeah, I don't know why that was so hard
High
to
noon.
say. First full moon after getting afflicted.
And what was the moon like the night before?
Or at least the last time we saw it.
3/4.
I was gonna say you don't remember because you woke up that morning on the beach,
That's
and
right.
prior to that, you were in the hold of a ship for like 2 weeks.
Okay, so what about the moon before?
2 weeks ago. I'm willing to try and play this up.
Yeah.
When we
All right.
captured what was the moon.
Make a nature check.
I was gonna say I like darkness. I would.
I was really hoping it was gonna be survival, I'll be honest with you, because my nature also not that good.
Yeah.
Not a smart girl.
Yeah. We both don't have great. Mine's +1, yours is -1. So.
Jesus Christ!
Go!
I waste my highest rolls on shit that's pointless. I don't understand this for a roll 20.
I
fucking
mean, in
hate
a
you.
way, this is
This
to help
isn't
determine
pointless.
when
this
you're
is
going to
pretty
become
good.
a weird tiger.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Yes, but
There's
my roll to
establishing
actually
timeline.
cure the poison is going to be a nat 1, so it doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, you can't really cure it.
I mean, it doesn't matter because it's going to fail because of my rolls.
So Zaris, you would know that each moon becomes full every 3 weeks, and
Oh yeah, how many moons do we have?
there's 2 moons.
Oh shit.
Oh, jeez.
They do line up every once in a while. There's a term for it. I'm not an astrology major, so I don't know what that
Moon
term is.
pairing.
Yeah, whatever. But specifically, you would know that one of the moons was full about a week before you were captured, and another moon was full 2 weeks before you were captured.
We're screwed.
So
like
it's
3 days.
possible that you just missed the last full moon,
Oh,
but you're not sure.
Oh, jeez.
We don't know exactly what. Yeah.
So it's either super soon or super far.
All right.
So yeah, Amity's like, yeah, it's either like really soon or in like 3
It's either
weeks. It's
2
either...
weeks or in a couple of days.
Actually, Zaris would be saying
yes,
that.
she says that.
Actually, Zaris would be saying that.
Well,
Yeah,
man, I think
Rowan doesn't know shit.
Ramona.
What? No,
Or
what?
not Ramona. Fuck.
Oh,
God.
You forgot your own character's name.
Wow, guys. Wow.
Taylor's sounding the same when you two have done this.
God
to us.
damn it.
I mean,
Anyway, we all know
why.
this information now.
We're
Everyone
all
take
talking
your
out loud
there.
anyway.
Serious would say we probably have a little bit of time, but it's still a risk.
Well, if I can get a little bit of work done at some point, I can. I've been working on the spell anyway, but it kind of could be expedited to fix your issue if you want to fix your issue.
I don't want to be a cat.
Me either.
How long do you need, if even with the expediting?
I mean, out of character is when we level up.
When
Or
I
unless
say
we
a
find a
lot
scroll.
The
Don't you
answer
mean
is simply
if?
TBD.
If.
Okay, so
She's
I
like,
guess
I
when
mean-
well, I guess we'll have a better idea tonight when we kind of can check the moon out, or moons out,
It will help.
and not to be rude, but I would not be opposed to taking your weapons at night. Just the two of you, in case. You never know.
Except it doesn't matter with either of them if they don't have them.
Nope.
Besides the point. I didn't want to say tie them up. That sounded kind of shady.
That's
I
understandable.
mean, I don't know a ton about this, but do we know for sure that you lose your rationale if you were to suddenly transform?
Does Amity know this with her role about were-tigers?
I would say with your 26, oftentimes the first time that a lichen turns, they have no recollection of what happens while they are turned. The little bit that you know on the subject, and only because you rolled so high, is it often takes a very long time to master the ability to gain control of it.
So they probably won't remember it, and they'll probably be pretty out of control.
So, again, brings me to the point that maybe we'll take precautions. But we have a few hours still tonight, so we can, ponder this more later as we're heading to the beach.
If you need to, you can tie me up every night, if needed.
Whoa.
Not like that.
Amity blushes.
All right. Well,
On that note, shall we start walking?
probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Everybody keep a
Yes, being
Yeah.
very
out for
cautious on the path back.
more cats.
Not following the same path.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Zombies.
I can lead the way, and I want to go in the opposite direction that the cats fled in, and then kind of circle back around from there. Or
Okay.
however that works geographically. Because
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly which
not
direction
only
the
do I
beach
not-
is.
Yeah. Not only do I not understand that as a human in my own space, but I don't know what's kind of going on in here.
So if you're not taking the same way back, then I definitely need a survival check from someone.
Even though I can't get lost.
Ranger.
It's not that you can't get lost. It's about trying to get there.
Okay.
All right. I'll say that's good enough. I will say that night falls before you get there. Are you guys being stealthy about this?
So
Yeah.
we're getting to
Probably
the
should.
Yeah.
All right, then I will need stealth checks from everyone.
I was right
Told
about
you,
to
wouldn't
say,
matter.
do y'all want to be
Woo,
real
woo.
sneaky?
I'm really
Because-
worried about this bite I have. Super sneaky, not so much.
I rolled terribly.
Josh, you
I rolled
want
a
to
14, I end up with 25.
roll for Zephyr?
Yep, I can do that.
Thank you. All right.
Whoa, my computer is not enjoying this. There we go.
I could tell you were starting to lag a little bit.
Damn it. Yeah, that was weird. Jeffrey.
It was like, this isn't your character sheet, get off!
You shall not open. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, roll normal.
Oof.
So, Rowan, did you do your thing beforehand or not?
No, because everybody just kind of, so off we go. I mean, this
All right.
averages out not terrible, right?
Well, let's see. You got,
We got 3 people, 10 and above.
well, if 10 is the basis you're going by, you technically have 4
Well,
people.
listen, okay, Mike, I'm trying to be optimistic.
I will say that most things have a passive perception higher than 10, though.
They're
We average out
zombies.
to about 14 between all of us.
Oh, that's not exactly how it averages out. It's how many fails versus how many successes. And right now, you guys
We're not
are
sitting
lacking.
pretty.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're not sitting pretty if it's that.
So, as you guys are moving your way towards the beach, you can definitely hear a lot of activity happening on the beach. You hear voices calling in common.
Do they sound at all like the voices we heard on the ship?
Maybe.
Do they
You're
sound
not
like
sure.
groaning zombies in common?
They do not sound like groaning zombies in common.
Okay, making sure. You gotta be specific.
They're just like brains.
Use your brains to help us. No,
Remember to
it's
jump.
it's all kind of like getting like different like people calling to each other about different things. The gist of what you can get is like they seem to be setting up camp, whoever these people are. In order to get a better look at them, you would have to move closer with
Do you
your
guys want?
stealthiness.
Do I can see quite far in the dark. If you would like, I can go, and you guys can stay back a little bit.
I can come with you.
Yeah, you didn't make a sound. Unless you're gonna make us re-roll, because then maybe not.
Maybe.
I might take the ranger instead. I'm sorry. Pat.
That's okay.
It would actually be a different roll because it was
Yeah.
the first time was a group check where if it's just one or two of you, then it would be individual checks.
So we can, risk it all together, or I can probably get in and out without being seen, I would think. And I can also get back to us pretty quick since it's dark and I can shadow step.
Okay.
Yeah, someone's in her element.
I'm ready now. I'm like, thank God we napped during the day. I'm so ready. My plan came to fruition. This was all the whole point for this.
Zero, so
I was
walk
like,
Rowan is
I'm
going to
napping in the
slowly
day,
make us
alright?
nocturnal.
Yep,
That's
we're
her goal for the campaign.
exactly. By the end of this, all y'all be sleeping during the day and we're awake at night. We're turning into fucking owls.
Zaris will walk up to you and pat you on the shoulder and say, good luck, and cast guidance on you.
Hey.
Hey, you get
Doth
our
it do?
D4.
Ooh,
It's better than nothing.
it is better than nothing. Okay. So, does anybody want to come with me, or do you want me to just go really quick and come back?
How far are we from the tree line?
I would say a ways. maybe like a couple 100 feet. Close enough to hear, but not enough to see. Not enough to be heard, but not enough to be seen.
Thanks for that amazing description.
You're
Mike.
welcome.
Jesus.
You're not
point.
quite sure because of how dark it is.
This is what we see with our eyes.
Well, I can see at like
Wow.
120 feet.
It's more than 120 feet.
Okay.
So if you want to
it's far.
go all the way, or as close as you feel comfortable going, I can lag back behind you
Sure.
50-ish, 75-ish feet.
Yeah, you can stay like half enough
Yeah.
that you can see me. How you got like
Well,
what,
that would
60
be
feet of
that would be
vision?
about 60 feet.
All right, 60 feet it is.
And guidance is ended.
Cough, cough.
It only lasts a minute.
Well, you should have said something.
Just
Joel.
recast it.
I will when she's ready to go.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Cast guidance.
Go.
And for something. And staying 60 feet behind her.
All right.
So basically, I can just add a D4 to any like.
Any ability check.
For
So
the
in
next
this case,
minute.
I
Stealth.
mean, I might as
56
well roll it
seconds.
now because.
Might
yeah,
as well.
it's gonna take longer than a minute to get there, stealthing your way there. So
Well,
use it while you got it.
Use it so you can stop yourself from being seen. That's the most important part.
yeah. 23 in total then,
All right, 23 and 17.
and she's 60 feet behind me.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So you go creeping through the brush, making your way towards the beach, and
Do-do-do.
as you get closer, the commotion that you were hearing earlier gets a little louder, but like as you're getting closer, it seems to be like dying down a little bit, as if like whatever they were doing, they are finishing. And as you get start to get to the tree line, you can see torches flared up on the beach, and when you get the full view of the beach, you see a very large encampment. Large tents springing up from the sandy banks. There's kind of like the rough, like wooden, like makeshift palisade around the camp, facing towards the forest in order to help defend the camp from anything that might come out of the forest during the night, as well as lots of people walking around in gleaming armor, armor that you recognize as the Knights of the Scale. And looking at them, there are several dozen of them
What?
that you can see visible, which is very surprising because there were not that many on the beach, on the boat itself.
If I look out towards the water, do I see like another boat, like maybe anchored in the water or something that I can see, anyways?
Make a perception check.
16.
You don't see another ship at all. However, you do notice that you see the leader of the Scales, the woman that you were able to identify as Prosecutor Veers, talking to a couple of knights, and then her and another seem more like higher up knights go into a very large tent that you can only assume to be their tent. Well, her tent, the commander's tent.
How far am I from that?
I'd say a good like if you go right up to the edge of the tree line, like a good 30-40 feet. It's not that big of a beach. They're kind of like camped.
Well, it's the same beach
along
we were
the
on. Yeah, it wasn't that big.
Yeah, exactly.
So you said there's dozens of them. Haha, that's fun.
Yep.
The ones that
Oh,
would
you
be...
can only assume that there's even more inside the tents. These are just the ones that are out and about, walking on watch and whatnot.
Yeah. Any of the ones that are like maybe closest to, I guess closest to me. Do I overhear any of them like talking or anything?
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you that. There's two knights that are talking, and they say one kind of like turns to the other and says, "It's like, this is fucking bullshit."
You
Yeah.
say those, bud.
But all the ships are wrecked. There's no way to get home, so we'll just have to deal with it. Maybe if we can get to the west coast, we could petition some of the elves to lend us a ship. Maybe, but the prosecutor sounds like she really wants to capture those prisoners. I mean, it's why we came here, that and the chest, so. Just a bunch of bullshit. End of eavesdrop.
Slash end. Okay. I'm just gonna turn around, and I guess where I can see Vanya, I will, instead of walking, just shadow step there because it's fun and I can.
Sure.
And I'll just sort of like appear next to her, like, woo.
What did you see anything?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of those knights. Way more than on our boat, so I'm guessing there was definitely more than one boat out at sea, and it seems that they're all wrecked. So they have no way out of this place, wherever we are. And apparently there are like some elves to our west. There's apparently a chest on this island or wherever we are, and but they apparently want to capture us. That one lady who was on our boat in the middle there, that was kind of really mad. Yeah, she's here too with some other official looking, you know. So
That's wonderful. Well,
honestly, we can't. There's no point going back to that beach. It's probably just going to be getting captured. So they're all getting ready to sleep for the night, and we've all just woken up, so we can get a head start on them heading west and maybe get there before them. They said that there are just elves. They were going to petition for help, so
yeah, that seems like the best plan to me.
we can get like a good few hours on them, and yeah, hopefully we just don't run into any more cat people. Oh,
really hoping we don't run into more cat people.
When I was over at the edge of the forest, did I get a good sight of what the moon looked like, or the moons?
No, you were too preoccupied with what was on the beach.
Shit.
Is the tree cover too much here?
I'd say it's a little thinner here, so you look up. Go ahead and make another nature check.
The both of us individually, or just her?
Either one of you at advantage, or both of you separately.
You have a -1, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I'll take it at advantage.
I'll help you.
12. Oh, that's sad.
Oh, one of those moons looks pretty.
Looks pretty full or full?
You're not sure. It looks pretty full. You don't know if it's waxing or waning, though.
Okay, awesome. New plan. We let our new were-tiger friends run into camp and just see what kind of damage they can do.
Vanya, they'll probably die. They're only 2. And then they'll know that we're nearby, so that's also bad. That's a terrible plan.
I know it is. Let's just get back to them and let's get moving west.
Yeah, good plan. And we head off to our friends. Quietly, until we know they can't hear us anymore.
All right. And you reconvene with your friends.
And we relay everything except for when I suggested we send the rest.
This is what I wrote down as Mike was like telling me what was happening. It was just this. This was my note of that eavesdropping.
I like the face at the end of chest.
Yes. Ooh. Oh god.
Yeah, so they tell you all about the knights on the beach and the elves to the west and the chest and not sure about the moon, but it looked pretty full.
Do either of you two feel, like the urge to scratch a tree or something?
I need all of you guys that are there to make perception checks as well.
Okay.
So the whole group?
So all of us.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's always fun to hear from the secondary.
Well,
That's not bad.
Wood.
Oh,
hey,
guys,
do that
come on.
once.
Hey, buddy.
I will roll for Zephyr as
We're
well.
drawing in the ground again.
Yeah, we're both just doodling.
You guys got bored.
Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all of them. Okay.
Mhm.
Carry on.
You guys don't notice anything.
Of course we don't.
Shit.
What's the point of even having us roll?
Because it's possible you notice something.
I doubt it.
You noticed.
I know your
chest.
modifiers.
Yeah, so that one chance.
All right.
Well,
Well,
we-
let's.
we-
Yeah.
We thought it would be best to head west, get a few hours head start on them.
Yeah, they were all
And-
getting ready to go to sleep, so.
Now that we do know what your modifiers are, it wasn't possible.
Really? It would be a 27 from me. Damn.
Yep.
Yep.
Brutal.
So then
Then
it's
why
not
would we
possible.
even have everyone roll?
What's the fucking point, man?
For fun.
Just to make us stressed, basically.
He rolled really well. It was a good roll.
Boy. So,
Start moving west.
yeah, not because I don't like trust you guys or anything, but we should maybe kind of like, I don't know, put you in the middle so people are kind of always looking at you before you maybe start growing fur.
Well, I can't see where we're walking anyway, so I like this
Okay,
idea.
Oh, okay, that works. I mean, I can help you out with that, but yeah, it's fine. Actually, you know what? I might prefer you blind. It's okay.
I think cats have good smell, though.
Yeah, I can probably see the farthest in the dark, so I can be in the front.
So you're leading the
Amy
group?
will be in the middle.
Yeah, I shall lead.
Okay.
I'll go second.
And then
I
the
mean,
two-
I'll go
help
third.
with the woodsy things.
So 2 cat people in the middle, so Zaris and then
Ramona.
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 If she
Yeah.
can't see,
yeah,
she
everyone,
can just hold
Amity
onto
can
my
be in the
tail.
back. That's fine. She just
Yeah.
isn't very
Or
good
I'll
at.
just put a hand
Like,
on
We'll
her
put Zephyr in the way back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Zephyri's the rear guard. The metal man.
Sounds good.
The two best
Alright.
ACs, front and back. Solid.
So we've got Rowan leading.
Mhm.
Followed by who's after Rowan?
I
Vanya.
am Vanya.
Okay. But Zephyr was in the back.
And then the Were twins.
There we
then
go.
okay.
The Were twins.
Where twins power activate.
Form up.
Just
Form of a
click,
tiger.
I knew
click
someone
your
was going to say
claws
that.
together.
Giant cat.
Form
Now
of
this
a
is where it gets
TPK.
fun. Because
There we go.
Rowan,
What?
as you turn to leave, you don't see anything at first. But then, right in front of you,
Oh my god, this little shit
God
again!
damn it.
a half-elf wearing not, a very light armor. Nothing crazy. Just appears in front of you. Almost like they're invisible.
Yeah.
Hello. I'll kind of like sort of hold my hands up, like, mean you no harm. We chill.
Why are you spying on the knights in the forest?
Because they is he slurping like juice?
Yes.
You introduce yourself to the group with you have a Slurpee.
Like,
What are you doing? That's fucked up.
From the 7-Eleven.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
like where's Jesus. Okay, who? We don't really like them. They don't really like us. So I was just making sure that we're apart. Why are you spying on us?
I spy on everyone. I've been watching the knights for hours now. It seems that they're looking for somebody. Would that be you?
That's a pretty safe assumption, so I'd say yeah. Preferably don't want to go back though. We don't really like being chained up.
Does anybody really?
I mean, this one guy back here told me that I could tie him up whenever he wanted, but like
It's
that's
true.
just him.
He just kind of leans past you. Looks at Zaris.
Everybody
Right.
waves.
Only if I change. Only if only if I'm in a risk of changing.
What do you mean?
I
Changing.
Bit by a were-tiger.
yeah, we have two of our companions here that we had a bad run-in earlier this afternoon.
Lycanthropy curse.
You and Mike are on a roll.
Want to
tonight.
try that again?
No, I
Hi.
don't want to try that one again.
But yes, they have an itch they might need to scratch soon. Are you part of the? Wait, he's an elf, right? Half elf? Elf?
Half elf.
Okay, got the pointy ears. It works. Are you
Yep.
part of the group of the elves that live to the west?
No. I
Oh.
visit there every so often. It's a long walk.
We don't really have any other options unless you have something.
Are you going to visit the elves?
We kind of want to get away from the knights.
We don't know anything else about this island.
Oh, you think it's an island?
Well, we washed up on a shore, and that's all we know.
If this isn't an island, then where are we?
I don't know the name of it.
Oh, what do
But
you call it?
It's land.
Is it now?
Wow.
Better than walking the sea. I did venture here, though, from farther away lands. And it's... To visit the elves, you will walk for many months.
Those knights are idiots.
Yeah.
Well,
I
do you
vote
know
we
somewhere else we
don't
can
do
go?
that.
Is there somewhere else we can go to get away from these knights?
Seeing as the knights are also going to find the elves, it's probably not best you go there.
Fair point. Is there somewhere else we can go that's not the elves?
Not that I'm aware of. Unless you wanted to go see the dwarves.
How far are the dwarves?
Almost as far.
Well then,
I think we just need civilization.
Where does this forest end?
It doesn't.
Cool.
cool. Cool.
Tell me, why are the knights hunting you?
Depends on who you ask.
I'm asking all of you.
We were arrested for crimes, but I mean, not
Hey,
really
I
sure
didn't
how-
do mine.
Yeah, the knights are interesting. They don't exactly follow. They follow, I think, more their own law than the actual law. So
The knights seem honorable.
I mean,
Do
that's
you
questionable.
oppose them?
We tried to help them on their boat, and I mean,
They
hit
attacked us back.
So
They attacked you. Did you attack them?
They make
Not
lives as ours.
first.
They hit us
like
first
turn around
after
and
we
like
told them we weren't
look
going to
at
hit
Zaris
them.
and Zephyr.
Technically, we only reacted to being hit.
We have killed no knight.
Make a deception check. I guess not technically you didn't kill one.
Well, technically we
I
didn't.
haven't
Yeah.
killed any of them.
Yeah.
And I
So
think
make a persuasion check.
and
Oh.
Vanya and Zaris were the only ones that attacked them, and it was both
And
with.
that was all
I-
with self-defense.
I also
Literally
hit a
reaction.
knight.
True. We warned them.
Fitting.
Probably best you didn't kill one.
Yeah, that's what I told them.
We were trying not to, as our ship was being swarmed by these specter things. And when one of them killed one of the knights would rise up as one of them. So we thought keeping the body count at as low as possible would have helped our situation. They did not agree.
They seem very intent on bringing you somewhere.
And none of us know where that is.
Nope,
Nor do any of us feel like going.
absolutely not.
It seems the further west you go, the closer you are to where they want to bring you.
I think we've decided
So-
against going west now, haven't we?
Yeah, what direction were those dwarves?
West.
Really? Was there nothing? Any other direction?
Not really.
How well have you explored this? Is this a jungle? Is this a forest? I don't remember.
It's a forest till it turns to mountain, till it turns to forest again.
Okay. How much of this area have you explored then?
All of it.
That's impressive. So you've explored
the-
all of it, and there's only one place we can go, and that's west.
Considering you're on the east coast, yes.
But there's also north and south, and I also don't think we knew we were on the east coast.
Yeah, good to know. We're on the east, everybody. East Coast. Woo!
East coast.
East Coast
I
represent.
mean, it should have given it away when the sun was rising on the ocean.
I've already talked
Listen,
about my
Mike,
bad sense of
alright?
direction, all right?
We've discussed this. Okay?
It is midnight.
What happens if we travel north or south?
Eventually you find the sea.
But this isn't an island.
You could classify it as a big island. A very big island.
I feel like
are
we're
you
not
here-
getting anywhere.
Are you here to stop us from going somewhere? What's your purpose in this situation?
I haven't decided yet.
So if we
Are
try to
you-
leave, what will you do?
I won't stop you.
Will you tell the knights about us?
I might.
Is there anything we can do so that you don't tell the knights about us?
What are you proposing?
Well, what do you want? Everybody's just like, what the fuck, dude?
Everybody's like, this fucking conversation, you idiots! Get a move on!
Well, much different than other people. I can't be bribed for silence. So it ultimately depends on their motives versus yours.
Well, our motives are just to live, to go back to our lives and survive, and, you know, just exist.
And where would your lives be?
What continent did we come from?
Yeah, I actually don't
Flores.
remember shit. I'm like, wait, fuck.
You were all arrested on Wildmount.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I did write that down.
Cough, cough. We're all from Wildmount.
Cuff.
Oh. I have not heard of Wildmount.
It's
the
apparently east of here.
Perhaps I will journey there sometime.
I mean, good luck. It's across the ocean.
That doesn't bother me.
Great.
So, yeah. Did anybody ever figure out what the knights wanted?
It sounds like they want to arrest you.
Well, no, I know that. I mean, like, after the arresting part, like, when we got to our destination, what was it? Slavery, prison, death? I don't know if anybody overheard anything. Did any of us ever overhear anything, Mike? Or Josh?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Cool.
Even he doesn't know.
We don't know their intentions. But unjustly arresting people is not very honorable.
Sticking him on a boat in the dark. Eh.
From their point of view, they make it sound just. As if you're
How?
not criminals.
I don't know how they can charge someone as a criminal without that person actually doing a crime. Even if they just come up with one.
What crimes do they accuse you of?
I actually never found out mine. I never got a DM from Mike about what my crime was.
They accused me of
Oh,
being in a
here.
cult, but I wasn't in one.
I'll send you one, Tori.
Thanks, Mike.
I was also accused of cult activity.
I was accused of selling faulty magic items.
Fucking
Oh,
knock off
why-
Billy Mays over here.
But I never made any faulty magic items, so
I don't understand why the knights would care about that.
I don't either. Beats me.
It's all very confusing.
That's why we
Oh,
believe they had more
Speaking of
sinister
items,
motives.
did any of you lose?
Yes.
items?
Yes,
Lost a bunch
Most
of
of us
shit.
did.
all of our things.
We tried to stay and look for them, but once the undead creatures coming from the ocean got to be out of hand, well, we had to leave.
Hmm. I did see the knights dig something up.
Of course they did.
It's not
Ugh.
surprising there were many of them. They probably found everything on that beach that we didn't find.
Well, they only dug once, and it was a chest of something, of some sort, that they pulled out.
I did hear them mention something about a chest.
Did it seem like when you heard them talking about a chest that they were still looking for one or that they had found one?
They definitely, when they first arrived, were looking for it. It seems that part of their reason for coming here was for that chest. You were the other reason.
Maybe they'll be happy and take their chest and off they'll go.
I doubt it.
Listen, there are maybe good men and women among the knights, but their intentions are not, I guess, all honorable.
We don't want to hurt them. We don't have anything ill against them, but we also don't want to be arrested again for things we did not do.
I mean, I did the thing they arrested me for. You're just being me. They just arrested me because, well, they don't exactly like my people and where I come from.
The drow, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad reason to arrest someone, just
Mm.
for the record.
They should have at least questioned you.
We didn't even get that.
They never did.
Yeah, we didn't get that. We just got collars and chains and
Never got a chance to defend ourselves. Just
So-
arrested us, threw us on a boat.
Maybe
For
they're sending
followers of the
you
law
for
bearer.
trial then.
Why would they move
Well-
us to a different continent for a trial? It's a waste of resources.
and I don't know what they could possibly accuse me for that would have me put in jail or have any sort of consequence. I am guilty of who I am, yes, but I have done nothing wrong. So,
Well, I mean, if you're not wanting to fight the knights, you might be able to reason with them.
Doubtful.
we tried that on
tried-
the boat when they were literally fighting ghosts and we had killed a bunch of
And
the ghosts and they still didn't
They
fight.
decided that fighting us was more important than fighting the ghosts. Although that does make a good point. They were very concerned about the fact that we were out of our cell. And
how we got our collars
We're
off, which I still
on a-
don't know.
we don't know how that happened. And we're on a boat. It's not like we could have gone anywhere if we had helped them round up the ghosts. Where are we going to run to? We were in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, we even told them that we weren't trying to fight them.
And yet some of you attacked them.
It was okay. To be fair,
Only
they
because
did
they
make it,
hit us first, and it was just basically a reaction.
And we told them we were trying to help, and they still attacked. It was after we had
Countless
told them we were
times.
helping.
Countless
yeah.
times.
And we were kind of in the middle of fighting the undead things too.
It's a lot of things trying to kill us at one time.
and we still did not kill a single guard in that situation. So
We did not. We actually even helped one.
we did.
The one
Yeah.
guy that was
But
injured.
come to think of it, he probably drowned.
That's not our fault.
You're not helping.
No, I'm just saying we helped him, but I mean then the boat crashed, so that's out of our control.
What makes you think we'd be able to reason with them, given what we've just told you?
I mean, you've been reasonable with me so far.
They didn't listen to us the first time about why we were arrested. Why would they listen to us now?
That's reasonable. I guess I don't have an answer for you. Either
So,
way,
what
it
you
makes
know
no
now.
difference to me whether you leave or you stay. But if you do leave and you do find yourself wandering in the forest, or in the mountains, or along the shore, I have placed things around the world.
Things.
Things. Helpful things. For when I
Cool.
need them.
Like these. I'll take out the binoculars. Right?
Like those. See, you've already found one of my hidden stashes.
I mean, it was in a box and some rocks.
It was in a rock and a rock.
Oh, it was in a rock and some rocks.
Just a box just sitting there like take me. and you're saying that you have no problem with us using these things and taking these things?
I can replace them.
Did you trap any of them?
Not that I remember. They're just very hard to find, unless you know how to look for them.
Did you leave clues of some kind?
Well, they're marked.
With?
The same symbol that was on the rock the binoculars were in.
What symbol was on the rock the binoculars were in?
I mean, I literally showed it to you.
I don't remember. I didn't
Me
write it
neither,
down.
though.
It was very representative of like a chest.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's
it
where
was-
I got the
yeah.
word from.
Did you have anything to do with those arrows that were shot at the zombies on the beach?
You ask him that and notice he's not holding a bow. But he nods his head.
Hmm.
Okay.
You see that he has a sword at his side and a shield on his back. No bow. That was me. I don't care for the undead.
Yeah, they kind of suck. You don't carry a bow.
Oh, right, yes. I suppose you can't see it. And he reaches his hand out and grabs at the air, and a bow forms in his hand.
Damn, that's cool.
Guess I did leave out that detail, though. And he just manages to make it disappear.
Thank you for your help.
The ones that I don't know if you noticed us flee from the other, what was it, 3, 4 that came out of the water when we ran?
There's a lot.
Something like that.
Yeah.
4 then, 5 an hour later, 6 an
Oh.
hour after that.
Did you deal with those, or did the knights deal with those?
The knights did.
Interesting.
Did
You would
they...
have saw a cat. You would have saw the knights cast a spell, and then the zombies stopped showing up.
Fucking
Ah.
Motherfucking paladins.
Good
Did
old
they
turn
just-
undead.
Did they just wash up on a different part of the shoreline than us?
Some of them. Most of them came on the same spot.
Huh.
Well, other than... So what is your recommendation for us, aside from reasoning with the people who cannot be reasoned with? Do you have a
Well, you need your
recommendation
stuff
for the
back,
direction we
don't
should
you?
take? I mean, I think we have all of our necessities. The rest is sort of just accessory.
Is that an unintentional rhyme?
Actually, I just kind of spit it out and it kind of worked. You just realize.
Yeah, an unintentional rhyme. It seemed important, though. Are you sure that there's nothing in there that you need?
Depends on who you ask.
I mean, I turn and look at the rest of you guys like, did any of you leave anything very important on the beach?
I
Yeah,
mean,
kind of attached to the things that I'm
same
missing.
here. Same here. They kind of had a high price tag attached to them.
It wasn't even. It's not even that. They just make me better at doing the things that I need to do here.
Same here.
Well, what do you want to do? Do we head west and leave our stuff behind? Do we go back to the beach, wait for the knights to leave, and head west, and then we go back and check? Attempt to reason with the people who arrested us for no reason. I'm sort of, I don't know.
I mean, I won't tell you what to do. Ultimately, the choice is yours, but you almost went unnoticed. The first time through from me, and I've been here for hours, and the knights have yet to notice me.
They're really not that bright.
Well, they really aren't, honestly.
But do you think 6 of us stumbling around their camp will be, easy to miss?
Some of us somewhat shiny.
I don't know if you need all 6 of you to go in and take stuff.
We wouldn't. You can pop in and out. Like you just appeared when we were sneaking back here.
Yes, I can turn invisible.
Not you, her. Well, I mean you too, but I was
I'm
talking.
sorry,
I was talking to
I
Rowan.
Yes.
So hard to
I
tell
mean-
who you're talking to when you actually can't look at the person.
I mean, I can. It's if you guys if you want to do this, I have no problem helping you all get your stuff back. I let you all make the decision of what you would like to do.
The other thing to think about is, as much as I'm not looking forward to the potential of being arrested again, we would have to travel through this forest through months, avoiding animals, more were-tigers, the knights, and who knows what else.
Mhm.
That is a lot for us to try and avoid at one time.
I agree. It would get us back to civilization quicker.
So, do we just walk over there and go, "Hey guys, here we are"?
I mean, probably.
I think it would be smarter to wait till the daylight so we're less surprising.
Yeah,
So
probably.
you mean so it looks less like we're trying to ambush them in the middle of the night and steal from them?
It's tempting.
I really hate daytime.
I really have no opinion one way or the other about whether or not it's day or night.
Do you even actually have like eyeballs?
Yes, I can very much see you.
I didn't say do you have eyes. I said eyeballs.
Do you
Like
have a
the
light
squinty kind?
sensitivity?
Technically, no.
Well, then there you go.
More like 2 pieces of semi-precious metal for eyes.
That's so interesting.
I have an out of character question. When my internet was freaking out, did we get this dude's like name or anything?
Oh
Nope.
shit!
Nope.
Okay.
You're not.
I mean, I
Which
have
is very
I have an
typical
ink-
of us.
As soon as
I
he
mean-
like showed up and I missed everything until I talked about the binoculars. So cool. Okay.
We've
Out of
sort of been
character,
just
I
going
have
in
an
a
idea.
roundabout circles, so it's all right.
We also
I have an
typically
idea.
never ask for names. So
Oh, well then, aren't I a good
It's a bad-
addition?
it's a bad habit of ours.
No,
You also
we
never
asked
asked
for
for your
ours.
name, so.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay, cool.
Maybe
That's
the
all I wanted to know.
anonymity might be better.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mhm.
Also,
I mean, out of character, I have an inkling of who he is.
yeah.
So we just wait around then, I guess.
I'll wait with you. I love story time.
Story
That's
time.
fine for you,
Are
sir.
you telling the stories, or
No, I expect all of you to have some stories of growing up or traveling. You've been on a boat for months.
Yeah, that's the story.
Or weeks,
that's
I guess.
that's the story. It really sucked.
We were in a cell.
Did
with
you
our
not
hands
talk
behind
to
our
each
back.
other? Or...
I'm gonna be honest, I have no real memory of much up until a couple of years. How many years has it been? As you can tell, time is not something I do well of keeping track of.
It's been like a year and a half.
A year and a half? Thank you, Mike.
It's nothing of note from my childhood.
I had a childhood, I would tell you about it, but I don't know.
It's really interesting. Amity's like, I have to study this.
I feel like in the background I can just see Amity like studying Zephyr, taking notes.
100%.
Yeah.
She's
translate it.
like, oh?
The rune that's on him.
Yeah, she's like copying shit down into her book and stuff.
I just had a thought.
Hmm?
I feel like it would be better if we arrived in their camp versus them stumbling upon us. Can we all agree
Yes.
on that? Because of that, I'm slightly more inclined to just go to their camp now.
If we make our presence known,
We'll be
Mhm.
loudish, and maybe we can all just like walk in a straight line so we all come out at one
Hands up.
time. Just emerge from the woods in not at all a horror movie fashion.
Not at all like an ambush.
Okay.
Well, it's better than us sneaking around.
I mean, I can make something that'll make it easy for them to see us coming, so that they'll have fair warning.
I mean, if they still think it's an ambush and attack us first, I'm just gonna say I told you so in advance.
I don't think they'll attack us. They clearly want us alive.
Are you sure? There was
Yes.
that one guy. There was that one guy who seemed very intent to kill us.
I mean,
We-
their life was
we
at risk
did-
at the time.
And we burned him severely after he attacked us.
Yeah, he went through some
his
things.
his vendetta was understandable.
I mean, if we're all really, I mean, if you're really worried about it, I can just make 2 of us fly around. So it's really not a big deal.
You need to give him fair warning.
I can make some light for them, so they'll know I can shoot the light through the treetop, and they'll see us coming very clearly.
I can make myself glow.
See, we'll be fine. But yeah, we're better off probably just going now, and the
But,
sooner.
So
I
you
can
want to
make
risk
some
being
work.
put back in collars and chains?
Yes.
I'm also worried.
I think it's a risk
about-
anyway.
Do you want to travel through this forest? The 6 of us. Look how yesterday or earlier today went.
Although
We will
I'm
be
also
dead in no
kind of
time.
scared about us that are potentially gonna turn into cat people.
Yeah, the knights might have a solution for that.
Step forward.
Okay. And I do.
Amity takes out her spell book.
Zaris steps forward.
He did.
He just reaches over, just pats you on the shoulder. You'll be fine.
There.
I have faith in you.
There. Everything will be fine.
Oh,
I feel
you're like
so
not
much
gonna.
better.
You're not gonna like
Do a thing.
cast a spell or anything.
That was a thing. Words of encouragement go a long way.
Do you
I mean-
know when the next full moon is?
You
It's not
sound like
really.
Does Zaris know that he actually just cast a spell?
Make an Arcana check.
Does he note it? Does he feel different?
You're not sure. You feel a little different, but you're not sure if that's just because of the experience of him touching you, or if there's actually magic going on.
And he's like, can you just like be direct for like a minute?
He's gonna be like, I mean, my mentor was all about positive affirmations can make your day significantly better.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure the remove curse would make us feel a lot better instead of.
Ramona, you should probably, I don't know, go see him.
Oh, right. I will do that.
Can't
I
hurt.
also get words of encouragement.
You do. You also get words of encouragement as he pats you on the shoulder. Says, I have faith in you. That you'll do the right thing.
He's basically just Tony the Tiger. Like,
He's like, there,
You're great.
Amity just puts her spell book away.
So we're not gonna be cat people now.
That's up to you.
I face palm and just walk away.
he didn't do it, of course. He's just like, I have faith
Nope.
that you'll control yourself.
Well, thanks for your help. I guess we'll be on our way. Are you just
Yeah,
gonna be
lots-
following us through our
Lots
whole
of help.
forest adventure?
Oh no, no.
Oh,
I mean, I'll
okay.
be here for now, and you might run into me again. It really just depends on if our paths cross.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Safe travels
Cool.
then. We're gonna go.
We're just
Hopefully
gonna turn around and
our-
start walking back towards the cave.
Amity's like, hopefully our captors have removed curse handy.
Or
Seems,
they might just
Castle.
kill us on the
just
side.
gonna say, they seem very anti-magic.
I mean, what if one of them was bitten by a were-tiger?
I think it'd probably be death for him. I'm just gonna be straight with it.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, there's not much use theorizing about it. We should just get moving.
Rowan's already been walking away.
Amity just kind of like quickly walks after them.
Don't go
As
too
you
fast, I can't
guys
see.
as you guys leave the shady figure behind, a little tutorial window pops up and says, "Find all of the figure's secret caches to get a special item."
Hey, I found one!
God damn it.
Who doesn't love a good collectible quest?
The fun thing is, it says 1 out of question mark, question mark, question mark.
No,
Bye. And then
Guys.
just instantly flash back to Kingdom Hearts. It's fine.
Oh,
God damn it.
jeez. Oh my gosh, too soon.
Taking all you
Just-
down with me.
Never played it.
Suddenly the map just gets populated by question marks.
If you ever do, Joe, stop at 2.
Yeah,
I played
Yeah.
the very first one that ever came out, and that was it.
probably the best choice you could have made.
I mean, you play 3, you
So
will
we-
never hear from you again.
So we walk
Moving
towards
on.
their camp.
All right, so you guys are
And-
just walking right into the knight's camp.
well, I'm gonna when we get about 100-ish feet, we'll say, I'll cast dancing lights. Actually, no, not 100 feet, like 60 feet. It's only lasts a minute.
All right. While you are on your way back to the camp, as you are making your way there, I would like. Well, I guess ranger. That's right. So never mind. You don't have to make a survival check. You know the way back.
I've been back and forth to this beach enough times now. I feel like I had to have figured it out.
She's
All
like,
right.
hey, look, there are footprints.
So, as you are making your way back, as you kind of are moving between 2 trees, Vanya, you kind of notice something different about the trees.
Uh-huh.
They don't look familiar.
I stop walking.
What?
How different are we talking?
Something's not right. Something's off with the trees. Rowan and I have been back and forth enough times now that it's gotten familiar. But there's just something different.
A druid, can I tell what the fuck's up with the trees?
Sure,
Just
make a
wondering.
nature check.
Can I help him?
Sure, make the nature check at advantage.
When we stopped, I bumped into Zeris in front of me. Oh, sorry.
All right, Zephyr. As you take stock of the trees, it seems like the trees just kind of. It's almost like they've changed places.
They've moved?
Yeah, because like you take a stock and you're like, that elm was over there before.
It's like that oak wasn't over there, it was over here.
Yeah, and there used to be a tree by this little pile of rocks I made to mark the way, and now there's no tree here.
There's also no
Um,
rocks.
What happened to my 4 rocks?
They're not there anymore.
More rocks.
This is very
How
odd.
far are
Zephyr-
we from where we would think the beach is?
Zephyr just
Maybe like another hour and a half.
Oh shit.
sort
okay.
of convey to the party that yeah, these trees are moving.
moving.
Yeah, the tree.
That elm wasn't over there before.
It's not just the trees. I mark my path, the path we've been taking back and forth when we were scouting, and what I used to mark the path is gone as well.
That's good to know.
Great.
That's weird. Well, I look up. The moon's still in the right spot.
As you look up, canopy's a little too thick to see the moon.
Should the
Heard
canopy?
of
Yeah.
Vanya, do you want to try what we attempted last time? Do you want me to give you a boost, or do you want to?
Climb a tree to find the moon.
I mean, do you
know.
guys just want me to waste a spell slot and go fly up and see them?
I mean, I could try to climb first. I would rather you. If
I
the
heard-
forest is doing strange things, I think we should conserve as much as we can.
Yeah, we don't know what might happen here.
I'll take the boost.
Mythical
And I'll-
phenomenon
yeah,
like this
I'll
happening
help you.
before.
Try and
As
push you into the trees.
as soon as Vanya takes one more step, the ground seems to shift underneath your feet,
Oh no.
and everybody finds themselves falling.
Oh no.
Well, that explains a lot.
Don't like that.
Oh well.
He's just sort of holding his same position as he was when he was standing. Just like, well, that explains a lot.
If you like, you can make a dexterity saving throw.
Love to make a dexterity
Great.
saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I also
love
have
it.
I also have slow fall if I will be taking damage.
This is less of a fall damage thing.
Oh, okay.
I haven't.
Good job, guys.
I can't roll anymore.
My
Fucking hate roll
God.
20.
All right.
I'm gonna die.
Instant death.
So, you all find yourselves falling into darkness, and let's see, Rowan and Zephyr got the highest. All right. Let me just shift people around.
At this point, it doesn't surprise me that the druid and the
Plump, plump, plump.
rogue-ish monk are doing well.
It sort of makes sense. It's like then the ranger, warlock's like in the middle, and then
Solid
it's like
average.
the rest of the, and then it's like, the rest.
Also, I'm kind of picturing like when Zephyr steps, his feet sort of start melding with the ground until he picks his foot up again.
So, yeah, you all fall into darkness, and after a moment of falling, and a couple moments of tumbling, you find yourselves lying on. Ramona and Zaris, you find yourselves lying underneath Hardstone, as you have been covered with rocks and both take 12 points of damage.
Oh,
Ugh.
Oh god, I'm just picturing it was them who cushioned the fall.
That looks painful.
Yeah, you guys look back with your dark visions and see them underneath some heavy rocks, and it does look painful.
I'm gonna run over and try and start like lifting rocks off of them.
I'm sorry, and I
No, I-
can't see help.
Seeing as how I can't see anything myself.
I'm gonna
Uh,
look back and be like, "Why aren't you guys moving?"
I'm gonna try to I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna be effective at it.
Kind of need 60 feet of
Nobody's like,
sight.
Anybody's gonna stand up and use prestidigitation to get like rock dust off of herself.
Sure. So, Rowan, as you move over to Zephyr and Ramona to help them, I would like you to make an athletics check to move the boulders off of them.
Zara's not
Zara?
Zephyr.
Zara.
Sorry, Zaris, my bad.
Can I
yes,
help
this-
by also trying to move rocks off of me?
You can well, it depends on who Rowan is helping first.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be helping the small little Ramona first. For sure.
All right. Then Rowan, you can roll with advantage to try and get the rock off of Ramona off. And Zaris, you can roll with disadvantage because you're under the rock.
I can try. I can
I was
see
gonna say
about
I was
helping
gonna
him.
I was gonna try to help him as well.
Okay. Then Vanya, you can roll at advantage as well. Athletics.
Okay.
Amity is just watching.
And giving myself
Yep.
dark vision.
Look
All
at
right.
that.
You see Rowan throwing her thin elf frame up against
I'm
the
trying.
boulder, and it's just kind of wiggling a little bit. Vanya kind of gets under it a bit and shifts it off of Zaris's torso, and it just kind of to the side.
She
Thank
looks
you.
very surprised that that works.
Well, I helped.
Yeah.
I'm strong.
Nope. That's good because I don't know why that worked. Strength is not my.
Somebody want to give me a hand? This is not my thing. I could
I'll be
jump
right
over this
over.
I'll
boulder
help.
like 10 times, but
I'll help.
I'll help.
I couldn't even lift a hand axe off the ground.
I'll try and I'll help Zaris as he gives it a shot.
Actually, both the Z's and the R is going to be getting this boulder off of her.
All right, Zaris, you are able to push the boulder off of Ramona.
Thank you.
Well,
Okay.
this is fun.
Yeah, and you turn
Yeah.
around to look at the room that you are in, and you find that it is surprisingly worked stone. Walls and floor and ceiling
Hmm.
moving ahead of you.
That's weird.
I feel like we shouldn't ask questions,
Just keep
but I have a
walking.
lot of them.
I have a lot of questions.
There's a lot of questions, but we should probably just maybe
Walk.
find answers as we
Yep.
go.
Do we
Yep.
hear anything?
No, not really. The last kind of bits of stone setting into place above you, but other than that, no sound.
Is there anything like on the walls, like any markings or anything?
Yeah, there's kind of like a nice kind of strange pattern on the wall, just about waist high, just going along the length of the wall, but doesn't seem to have any specific purpose to it, just aesthetically pleasing.
Okay.
All right.
Something different from just bare walls.
I'm just like peeking around this corner here.
All right, you peek around the corner and can see a large chamber ahead of you that is not lit at all.
Do the symbols on the wall look cultish at all?
No, not
Okay.
really.
Is it sort of like your typical Argyle going across an area?
It's like wallpaper, but in stone.
Hmm. I went for a very nice, intricate herringbone pattern.
This is super spooky. I hate not having dark vision.
Yeah.
And I
that's
have.
good.
I just gave myself dark vision because of sight is useful sight.
Some people can't do that, okay?
Do you like 60 feet of sight for 8 hours?
Yeah, I do. I'm saying I can't give myself dark vision. It's okay.
We'll give Ramona 60 feet of dark vision.
All right, you walk over to Ramona and touch her and give
Oh
her
gosh!
60 feet.
Oh hi.
All various grays and
Does this room have any like weirdness to it at all? Does it look any different from like the hallway we just went through?
The stone tiles of the floor seem a little cracked, but other than that, not really. You can see that there seems to be a strange pattern on the eastern wall.
Like over here? Or no, that's not east. Over here.
There you go.
Woo!
that would
I
be
was like,
waste.
nope. Yeah. Like the whole, like not the opening, obviously. So like from top to bottom.
There seems to be a kind. Here, where's?
Does that look
Um,
cultish or dark at all?
Hold on. It's kind of there's like a bit of like a 10-foot like archway. It's like 10 feet wide archway. Like right here.
Mhm.
That kind of has a pattern on it that's from across the room you can't really make out. You can just see the pattern. You would have to move closer in order to see it.
Yeah. Okay, just
Zaris, can you see all right?
I believe so.
back there.
Okay, I wasn't sure because you hadn't moved yet.
Okay.
So is the map working?
Okay,
I was doing something else.
gotcha. Okay, just wanted to make sure you were with us.
I'm gonna like gently like step forward and kind of like slowly put more pressure down on the floor
All right,
as I step forward
sure.
to see if anything happens when I take the step.
You take a step forward and nothing happens.
Can I cast
I
detect
do-
magic in this room to see if there's anything ahead?
Smart.
All right, just as forgot her name for a second, Rowan. Just as Rowan looks like she's about to take another step forward, you cast detect magic real quick, and right where she's about to step, you see a aura of conjuration magic.
Stop! Don't move.
I stop
There's something
Just,
right
like,
ahead of you.
balancing
Something
on one
glowing.
foot.
What is it?
Some
Do you know
kind
what
of
it is?
Conjuration magic.
Shit.
Is it like the whole floor or just here around me?
From where you're standing right there, Zaris, it looks like just the 5-foot square in front of her that she was about to step onto.
Like all these ones like around me?
The one to the left and the one to the right are fine. Just this one right here
Just the spot in front of you.
is what you can see.
If y'all know how to disable something like that.
Here, I'll even put it on the map for you so you can remember where it is.
Hey.
I was just about to draw.
Well, I mean, I can dispel it, but if it's just the one spot, we could probably just avoid it.
How long does your detect magic last for?
10
How far-
minutes.
What's the range on it?
30 feet.
Oh, okay.
You should head
Come
with her.
come up here.
Yeah, here, I'll move to this square. Boop.
It's quite a large range.
All right. So, Zaris, as you move closer, the ground just seems to light up with different spots of this conjuration magic.
I will point out every spot I see to everyone.
It's,
Alright.
Fun.
I had a feeling this might happen, so I came prepared.
like drag.
Because I'm learning how to play.
I'll make my way
What?
over to the eastern
You are
wall
so
here
lucky you
without
remove one more.
stepping on any squares. Actually, wait, no. I'm gonna move up here first. Do I see anything funky down this hallway?
You don't see anything funky down that way. You see another chamber, and then it just seems to dead end over there.
That this stops?
Yes.
I was gonna say, because I was like, I could see 120, but this only goes to not that far.
Mhm.
And then same thing, I'm guessing, for this little guy up here.
What's up?
Up here,
Yes.
I can see, like, to the wall there. Yeah. Okay.
Up there you can see what looks to be a little like. Oh, stop moving for a second. You can see what looks to be something that like some kind of like artistic fresco at the far end of that room, but you can't quite make it out.
Artistic fresco.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right.
Tell
I'm
me
still
to-
every like step I take, I'm still like doing the whole light foot and slowly pressing down before I actually like step. And I'm gonna go take a look at this eastern wall. I'm assuming from here I could probably make it out.
All right. You see a depiction of a man with a that his body seems to coil around itself at the base, and out of his mouth comes a twisty tail. Not tail. Sorry, twisty tongue. Out of his mouth comes a tongue.
The
I
hell?
was like, so all of a sudden this is like the human centipede, but
No, out of his mouth is kind of like a twisty tongue, and he has his arms crossed. And there is something written in a language that I don't think you understand. What languages do you know, Rowan?
I've got Common, Elvish, and Undercommon.
Yeah, it's a language you don't understand.
Okay.
I'll come over and join her.
All right.
Do I recognize anything about this picture? And I speak, and aside from what she's already said, infernal and orc.
Infernal and what?
Orc, which I highly doubt it's that.
You know, no, it's not. Yeah, you don't recognize it either. However, because you do speak infernal, you recognize the language as abyssal. It's like someone who speaks English looking at German. You can't read it, but you recognize the letters.
I turn to the group and say, "Does anybody here speak abyssal?"
I do.
There's something on the wall.
I will go over and read it.
All right.
Carefully, not stepping on a trap.
Sure.
Making your way carefully there.
Move out of the way.
You move up closer in order to get a good look at it. And it says, "Whoever may disturb his rest shall be cursed eternally."
Oh, that's lovely.
Say.
Whoever may disturb his rest shall be cursed eternally.
Good.
Wrote internally on my.
Internally.
Internally?
Eternally.
I was like, wait, that's wrong.
You're
Sorry, will
technically-
what eternally?
Cursed.
Be cursed
cursed.
eternally.
Did you say it was like just a human with like a long twisty tongue, or did he also? What was the other thing you said?
His lower half of his body just seemed to coil around itself.
Like a snake, or like his legs are all twisty?
Like a snake.
Okay.
Do I recognize anything about this picture?
I was about to say, does any of this iconography seem familiar?
I would take either a religion or arcana check.
I'm gonna do
Girl's
the one
proficient
that
in religion.
I'm gonna do the one that I'm proficient in.
All right. Vanya, with your religion check, you can tell that this is most likely some kind of Yuan T. Not sure if it's a deity or some other type of higher being. I would also say that with that check, you can clearly tell that this is obviously a tomb. And the party just stumbled right into it.
Cool.
Oh, great.
No,
Oh yeah,
we literally
yeah,
fell into it.
We definitely stumbled into this, Mike. Like you gave us a choice.
This is some Brendan Fraser mummy shit.
Okay, so we just find our way out of this, and we'll be close to civilization.
Hopefully.
We were close to a civilization.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
any
look for,
civilization.
We're gonna have to look around for some way to get out because this room over here is a dead end, and the room to the west as well is a dead end, from what I can tell.
Just make sure
Does
you
anyone-
let me go first to see what's what, and
Yeah,
don't
there's
touch
a
anything.
picture and there's something on the wall in this little round room over here if you want to come take a look.
Does anyone else find it odd, though, that the person we met in the forest said that there was nothing in this area except for the elves and the dwarfs to the west, and
And
this
then all of a
is
sudden
a
the tomb?
Yuan Ti tomb,
A
which are
little bit.
very much not elves and dwarfs.
Maybe
Little
he was
bit, yeah.
unaware it was here.
I have a feeling he's not on a watch.
I mean, he said he
Still
had been
possible.
everywhere. Is there anything magic in the room ahead of me, Mike?
No.
Okay. I continue my delicate trek across the floor,
Okay.
looking for any of the tiles that look suspicious.
All right.
Zaris will look as well,
Sure.
just to make sure.
So now what's this funny thing I see on the wall?
So, Rowan,
Follow them.
as you are looking ahead, you can see painted in the alcove of this wall is what looks to be a. I'm blanking on the word of it. It's a large type of painting of what.
A mural?
Mural?
Thank you, mural. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. You know that happens to me so much where I'll be mid sentence and I'll just forget a word.
It happens to me too.
Yeah.
Ironic, considering you literally earlier said a type of mural.
Well, he remembered then, he forgot
What?
now.
That's
Oh.
funny.
Yeah, I do that all the
I
time.
thought I said
Yeah.
fresco earlier.
He did say
is a type
fresco.
of mural.
Yeah, I said fresco, not mural. I know the
How
difference.
fresco is easier to remember than
Writing
mural.
that down.
It's a technique of
They
mural
don't
painting.
sound similar at all.
And yet I had no idea what a fresco was.
I know.
A type of mural.
Anyway,
I get
there's
that
a
now.
mural on the wall that depicts a long black shape, very similar to what you would call a snake. That seems to be rising from the ground and reaching towards the sun as if it's trying to eat the sun.
Oh.
Anyone,
I-
does anyone semi-religious?
I instantly
I'm looking at it.
I instantly seeing this get like really Rowan gets pretty like sort of not exactly anxious but uncomfortable and
Mhm.
reaches into her bag and pulls out her symbol for Paylor and is just like holding it real tight and you can kind of hear her like muttering under her breath.
It's like the drow is a worshiper of
Mhm.
Paylor.
Mm-hmm.
That
As
is-
you pull out the symbol of Paylor, the Dawn Father, a kind of breeze just seems to whip through the tomb suddenly, which is weird because you didn't think there was a source of air anywhere.
There
Can
is
we
a
tell
hole.
what direction it came from?
It just seems to like whip around you real fast.
Maybe you should put that away.
I would strongly recommend putting that away.
Zaris, when the wind whipped up, you would have sensed a brief moment of transmutation.
Brief moment of
That's not
truth.
good.
Am I able to glean anything else from staring at this snake eating the sun?
I'm gonna tuck my symbol back into my tunic so that it's kind of like it's not in my bag, but now it's like tucked between like the folds of my tunic over her heart.
If you like, Vanya, you can make a religion check.
Okay.
Can't quite make out what it's supposed to be depicting. You're guessing it has something to do with the Dawn Father, seeing how Rowan just whipped out a symbol of the Dawn Father, and the tomb didn't seem to like that.
Nope. Should have paid better attention in cult school. Fine.
I don't like this place.
I don't like it either. Places like this are not meant to be disturbed.
Not at all.
Places like this shouldn't exist.
A lot of things about this don't feel weird.
There was only one exit out of the other room, right?
There was no exit in the other room that I saw, anyways. I'll do my dainty stepping this way and
Yep.
be like, hey, Zaris, you want to come check this room too?
Is there anything in this room?
Absolutely.
Come on, metal detector. Let's go.
Yep.
Like, I just imagine like you just like kind of grab like the horns, like sort of like
Start pointing them in a random direction.
All right, let me just check the range.
As you try
All
and
right.
grab his horns, your hand passes right through it.
Ooh.
I mean, she wasn't actually gonna grab it and be
Okay.
like,
No.
Well, I didn't know.
Standing in the archway there, Zaris, looking into this chamber, you don't see any traces of magic.
I don't sense anything.
Does the floor in here look any different than the floor out there?
It does. On the floor, you see a pattern of several snakes moving across the floor, all starting at the far archway and ending at this archway. Each snake is a different color, and they just seem to be twisting around each other in a dizzying pattern.
From where to where you said? From like the far end of the room to like
From
where we are?
the far end to where you guys are. The
Okay.
heads being at the part where you're at.
Well, if there's nothing magical about them, we should be able to walk through, right?
You would think, but
Just
find out. And I will
Just
do my
curious.
dainty stepping. Boop.
All right.
Check for
need
traps first.
Well, before that happens,
That's what I meant with when I said I was taking delicate steps and like that was me checking for traps.
You need to
Curious.
say that.
I'm assuming they're pointing
I
like
said it all the other
directly into the
Ooh.
room opposite to us.
well, that's a 26. Pretty sure that hits.
Yeah.
He's getting
As
hurt.
coming out of one of the walls, a small dart.
Deflect missiles, I get to use this.
Feeling good about yourself.
And actually, you know what? I'm not even going to bother rolling damage because you just catch it.
Sweet.
Because
I don't have anything to throw it back at, so it's just gonna hold.
yeah, because how it works is you would reduce the piercing damage, and then the poison damage just wouldn't happen if there was no piercing damage. So you're good. You just catch it. You're like, oh god!
I go, whoa.
Do I see where it came from?
Yes, you can see lining the walls on both sides of this room are dozen stone carvings of snake heads on top of people's bodies.
Comforting. Do I hear like anything in like the walls as if it's like loading up another bolt?
Make a perception check.
19.
Yes, you hear this kind of
Okay. Looking around the room real quick, do I notice any exits? Like anything that looks like it could be an exit?
with that perception check, I'll say that the far wall where the snake tiles on the ground start seems to be a different shade of stone. The rest of the stones on the walls.
As Zephyr moves up, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Go back."
All right, fine. I'll back up.
Not back up because there's a red square, but yeah, and I just go back into this spot here.
All right, and you feel as you back up, you notice the very small plate that was hidden underneath one of the scales of the snake on the ground rise up the small depression that you had forced into it.
Okay, so it's only like, is it the snake heads are only on like the this like these rows of tiles or stone, whatever.
The snakes kind of twist in patterns all over the room.
Oh, okay.
All of the heads finish at this archway right in front of you.
Okay, taking a closer look, can I see like where the little plates are now that I know what to look for?
Make an investigation check.
I mean, I was gonna toss a sling bullet down the hall and see what happens.
Maybe before you want to move anywhere and potentially set off any more traps, I'll give you like a little baby rune just in case.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm going back in. Don't worry.
Okay.
You can't quite tell where any of the other plates are. However, I will say that the snake that you stepped on was the red snake.
How many snakes are there? Like how many?
There are 5.
They.
I wonder what that could mean.
Do
What
all of
colors do we have?
The colors are red, green, blue, black, and white.
Were all of the little like holes where the darts were coming out from, are they all on the same like height level along the wall?
No.
Are we able to see kind of where they are?
Not really, but you're guessing that any of the faces that you see, the snake faces, you can guess that a hidden hole corresponding to each face.
Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna toss a sling bullet down the hall.
Sure.
Intentionally trying to bounce off of the plates.
What's the weight of the sling bullet?
They are equipment sling bullets. They are. It's the heaviest fucking bullet. It's a pound each.
Really?
And those things are fucking heavy.
They're not like a pound for 10?
Second. Let me do some math here because apparently it's to do.
Weight is 0.075.
You. And how lightly I'm assuming our rogue was stepping. It's really up to Mike how light. How
I mean,
sensitive
she was stepping as lightly as she can, but at some point she's going to have to put her weight on it.
Mhm.
What did you say the other end of the wall looked like again? Like at the far side of
The far end of the wall seems to be a different shade of stone of the walls. You also notice that it is bare with no like frescoes or iconography or anything on it, and also a single slab of stone, unlike the rest of the walls that seem to be like tiles.
Does it look like there's any like levers or switches or anything in this room?
Not that you can see. That 14 investigation.
Yeah.
I can check the other side if you would like.
I mean, I figure that door is probably our way out of here. It's just this room is quite dangerous.
Does Rowan, do you carry a quarterstaff?
Yeah.
Or does anybody else here?
I do.
Could we use one of the ends to try to depress them while we're hiding here?
I mean, so for when I caught the little dart that came out of it, was that just because like the dart itself is like wimpy and it's the poison itself that's like the issue?
Pretty much, yeah.
So like a safe bet would be I could catch all of the darts.
If you were only doing like one at a time, yeah.
Well, yeah, like take a step, catch a dart, take a step, catch a dart, all the way through the horn.
Yeah,
Take
maybe.
a step every 6 seconds.
Well, what
The
if
monkest thing to ever be done.
what
Yeah.
if you try a different snake color? Because they were all different colors, and then if it doesn't shoot a dart at you immediately, keep going down that same snake.
Okay, so we know that red shoots dart.
I will give you a glyph before you go anywhere.
I was right about to say. I'm
Use a
going
staff.
to start looking.
Use
And
a
I will
staff
pull
to
out
press
my-
that red one again to test and see if it'll actually activate.
And while they're
I
planning,
could hear
Zephyr's
it.
just gonna walk down the hall, just walk across the wall into the next room.
Where are you going?
Use spider climb to get into the next room.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. So, Robot
You didn't say
Man
the-
is just
You didn't say the
walking
wall
on the wall.
pressurized.
Do you have the components for that?
We have our
We got a
focus.
totem.
they
Yeah,
found their.
I,
They found
I
their.
wasn't sure if he had his stuff or not.
Yeah, he did.
I couldn't remember who did and who didn't.
I think it's just you don't have it.
I think it's just you who doesn't have the Rod of the Pact Keeper. While I try and
Well-
get my token across to the next
we're all
room.
missing things.
Well,
As I
Zephyr,
watch
if you're
Robot Man.
staying on the wall, then you need to be like over here.
I'm trying to get the token to the other side of the room.
Oh.
They're discussing how they're gonna.
You know, you could have just said something like. It
Id.
would have made it a lot easier.
We also all still have to get across.
I can at least check over here to see if there's any way of turning this thing off.
Well, I don't want to start poking things while he's in there because I don't want to.
Normally, if that's the entrance, the way to shut off a trap would be at the exit. So, is there any levers or anything like that near us? On the walls inside the other room or anything like that? Or buttons, or if that's even an option.
Hey, you have like a door there, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright. That's as far as I'm gonna be able to get.
That's why it's not lighting up when you go in front of it.
I think we may have stumbled in through the back door.
I mean, I think we technically stumbled in through the roof.
Particularly, yes, we have stumbled in through the roof.
Did you see a way to turn off these traps?
I see if there's anything in the next room that will aid us in getting these
Well, you're
fire
not
at
e-
us.
There's a full slab of stone right in front of you, so we got to figure out a way to do that first. It's not just a door; it's just a rock wall, essentially. I like how there's owls in this place. I just heard
Oh.
hooting. I'm like, the
I still
fuck?
have the Night Forest music on. I'll turn that off. There you go.
I was really confused. I was like, wait a second. I hear crickets. I'm like, we're underground. What?
Well, there could still
My
be
sound isn't
crickets,
working.
I
okay?
know.
China.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
So
Oh yeah.
while they're
You see
doing
anything over
this,
Yep.
can I making sure that I avoid all of the marked squares
Mm-hmm.
and skipping space if I have to? Can I just like run my hand along the walls looking for like secret buttons, anything that might open secret doors or stop traps?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
That's what I said a minute ago.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
I know.
Do you
Nobody
want to make
listens
it?
to me.
Do you want to make it together then,
Jeez.
Joe?
No, you go ahead.
All right.
Passive aggressive.
No, because my
Don't give her
intelligence is,
advantage or anything.
because my
His-
intelligence is shitty.
His passive aggressive was nat 20 there.
I mean, I could try. I mean, I can't really like. I can try to make an investigation check as well if someone wants to look with me, or if I just want to look alone, that's fine too.
I'll help you. Fuck it.
All right.
Take a look over here in the meantime and see what the hell's up with these plates.
So, yep.
Rules. There we
So Vanya and Amity and Zaris each going one way. Amity and Zaris one. Vanya the other. You kind of like start making your perimeter around the room, avoiding the parts adjacent to danger places. And neither of you find anything along the walls, and meet back up in front of the picture of the scary dude.
Well,
However, Amity and Zaris, not touching it, but you can see that there seems to be a depression, one on each of his hands, as if something needs to be placed there.
ooh.
As for Zephyr, what are you looking at?
Considering I'm fairly close to these plates, could I tell which ones look like they're sensitive and which aren't?
Make an investigation check.
Nope.
Nope.
Do you see a way to open the door, Zephyr? Or open the lab, whatever that is over there?
My side, could I tell? Investigation check.
Nope. Can't tell.
It is a stone thing.
Okay. What did you guys find?
Well, it looks like we had to put things in the statue's hand,
Thing?
but I don't. Yeah, I don't
Sort of
know what.
thing.
I'm not exactly.
What sort of shape are we talking here? Like coins?
Did it look like orbs or something? It's what I imagined.
One looked like a question mark. The other one looked like a scroll.
Like a. You mean a question mark, as in an
Almost
actual
like a-
question mark?
Like a question mark shaped wand or something.
Okay. One was like a wand that kind of looked like this, and she like draws it out with her finger, and then it's like, and the other one was kind of like a scroll-ish kind of thing. But I don't see anything, so
Yeah, neither do I. Zephyr, come back so I can start poking these things without having to worry about you getting shot.
I'm against the wall, so yeah, I'll come back around.
I mean, I don't know where all these holes are, so I don't want one to
All
come
right.
out from like right behind you.
Zephyr Spider-Man's his way back to the party.
I'm back across the wall.
So, taking my quarterstaff from where I am without stepping in the room, I'm gonna poke the red snake head that I had just stepped on.
All right. I'll say that like it's not really long enough to like do from the complete safety of the archway. So basically, I'll give the dart disadvantage.
If only someone had bought a 10-foot pole.
What if we tied her quarterstaff to my spear?
Wait, what
That
if
would
we
work.
I tried
stacking-
pressing it with
Wait,
Mage Hand.
That's what I was gonna say. What if two of us have mage hand?
Actually, I have Mage Hand as well.
All three of us together.
All three
Well,
of us
as-
That's
together.
like
As
what,
you-
10 pounds?
Yep.
As you all start saying, "Wait, I have a better way to do this," she presses the red snake's head with her staff,
It's like suddenly you all got the idea. Wait, I have this. I
and
can
it
do."
goes flying right past her face into the stone wall across the room.
Okay.
All right. Well, okay. So they do reload. Do you guys want to start pressing things with your magic hands, or should I keep going?
Yes.
Okay. While you guys do that, I'll look around, I guess, for other.
You guys can.
Mage Hand.
You
Mage
guys can
hand.
Mage Hand.
All right, I'm gonna say with your mage hands,
Let's stand back here.
and standing a safe distance away, you deduct that the only safe path is the one depicted by the black snake.
I was
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that
Hey.
was actually my guess.
Cool.
All right. Do you want me to go across and do? See if I can
Yes.
find something
Yeah.
over there.
Do that.
Okay. I will follow the path of the black snake since I don't see it actually on the floor. I'll just do this.
All right, make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Oh god.
I'm good at these.
I believe
Yeah,
in
we're
you.
not.
All right,
Bless
yes,
you.
you
Speak for yourself.
easily are able to place your footing in the correct spots and make your way to the slab of stone.
Okay. Looking around this funny, weird slab of stone, do I see A, anything question mark wand shapey? B, scroll shapey? C, something that can open a door shapey? Or D, just anything out of the ordinary shapey?
Make an investigation check.
17.
D, it seems to slide.
Oh, Jesus. I have to. Oh my god. A slab of stone. You're a terrible person, Mike. I hope you know that. You
He
picked a
does.
group that has no strength and go move a giant ass
Um,
rock.
Well, you know, if you hadn't have gotten your curses removed by the strange man, Amity and Zaris would have had strengths of 17 by now.
Not me.
Ramona,
No, Ramona and.
Oh, sorry, Ramona and Zaris. my bad.
but I
Learn
have,
your names, man.
I might be able to
We're like
help
on the
if you
fourth
move
session,
super
okay?
fast.
I know.
What
I
did you say,
can-
Ramona?
I can make you super big so that maybe it's easier.
Sure, let's go. We can.
I'll cast enlarge.
All right. She needs to either get closer to you or you need to get closer to her because the range is 30 feet.
Oh shoot, it is. I will attempt it. No wait, you come to me.
You're like, wait, you start casting, and you're like, wait, get a bit closer.
Like 10 feet.
10 feet tall. Does that do? Am I?
No, you have to move towards me.
Oh, you have to. Okay, I start crossing back over, so I'm closer to Ramona.
All right, make another acrobatics check. This one won't be as hard because it's a shorter distance traveled.
Nice.
All right, you're fine. You
How far
you
do I have
get
to
right
get to? There.
right there. There you go.
Now I'll make you big.
Okay.
Now
All
go
right.
push the wall.
And as you become a large creature, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to try and keep your footing with very large feet now.
I believe
Oh,
in
Lord.
you.
Also, you're in a very small
Way back.
space.
All right. You with your giant feet, you just like ballerina that shit and are able to stay on the black scales.
All right. And now I will try and slide this slab of stone.
All right, I believe you just have advantage.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And I guess your push weight maximum is doubled because you're a large creature.
I
So
guess.
what is your strength score?
9.
Ooh.
Okay.
Feeling
So
better about myself.
Listen, I'm good at acrobating things, okay?
I believe in you.
That's how many pounds you can push.
Okay.
It's more than that number.
Oof.
No.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Like the trouble that you went to get over here when you could have just shadow stepped.
You could have just shouted.
Well, it's because I was trying to figure out what the actual path was for everybody else, and I figured
know.
with a plus 11 to acrobatics that I could get across anyways.
I'll just be standing here over on the wall, just like, man.
Being condescending.
It's like, yeah, I can do this. He just sort of has like his feet
Okay,
attached to the wall. Like,
so I'm guessing I attempt to push it and fail, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I turn back to the group and go, yeah, I can't. It's still too heavy.
If you can't, I really can't.
Does it look like more than one of us can fit over there?
her and
I think you
It,
got small
it looks
again.
like more than one of you can fit over there as long as one of you isn't giant.
It only lasts a minute. And I can just drop concentration. I say, shrinkify.
And I become
Wee.
regular me.
Just see something.
And you're back down to 270.
Yep. All right. Well, I mean, I guess logically, only 2 of us can stand here and try and push the.
Most random question, DM.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's say someone were to do centered near the door. What would that do?
It would erupt earth under the door. I don't know what answer you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how that would affect the structural integrity of everything around.
Well,
it.
throw that spell description down, and I'll take a look at it.
Yeah. I'm not actually going to cast it yet. I'm just wondering how the hell you would actually do this.
Right. Let's see here.
In a 20-foot cube.
All right.
Jesus.
Before I cast it, I'm just wondering how the hell this would affect the surrounding area.
It would make the area difficult terrain, which would make it even harder to move the slab of stone.
Would it move the slab of stone out of the way so we would be able to go through?
You don't know, but you can certainly try.
If you were a large animal, could we rig a way for a large animal to move this stone slab?
If he was an enlarged large animal.
What if he was just a
Have
fucking
wild-
huge bear?
Are y'all trying to convince me to wild shape and then enlarge me?
Yes.
I'm saying we make you a fucking huge bear, yes.
I like this idea.
Or like a large cow.
Into it.
Something with
Let's see, what is the
wider
largest thing
frame.
I have available to me?
Well,
Like
you
a
have
large
to fit
pack
in
animal.
the room, and you don't want to be standing on all the snakes at once, though, because I feel
Well,
like that would be bad.
when he turns into a wild shape, he'll still have spider climb, so he'll be a giant animal on the wall.
Oh my gosh!
Now I just want
Please.
this to happen.
Please.
Oh god. Oh god, this is the weirdest way I've ever seen to
This is
solve a problem.
the best way.
But definitely up there. Alright. The question is which. All right, which large animal do you want? I got black bears. I got oxes. I got cows.
I recommend the ox
ox? I was
because
gonna say an ox sounds
it's a
good.
pack animal and would be a lot better at moving shit than a bear.
All right.
I will pew pew. Shadowy
It's
steppy
considered-
my way out of there.
It is considered huge for the purposes of determining its carrying capacity.
Yep.
But we can make it even bigger.
Oh my god.
Bam!
Oh my god.
All right. So
This is hilarious.
you sort of see Zephyr just turn into like a metal ox that's standing on the wall.
Yep. What's the strength of an ox? I'm pretty sure this is enough. I just want to be sure. What is it?
Strength of an ox is 18.
18. Okay, yeah,
That should do
it'll
it.
probably do it. Just let me double check. Come on, roll 20.
Nope.
Okay, I guess I'll just do it on my phone then.
Mm-hmm. Is that a
Excuse
hiccup?
me. Maybe.
All right, so we got 18 times 30 for pushing, times 2 for being a large creature, times 2 for being a huge creature when moving shit,
Oh,
times 2 for enlarge is 4,320 pounds.
Yeah.
This isn't enough.
Nah.
I don't know what will.
Break the wall.
He's like, you're lacking a pound.
So,
Oh, God. Actually, like the drow just hooks up like ropes to the door and then to the ox that's attached to the wall, and then
I
the
mean,
ox
yeah,
starts
like
moving
there's probably
along
some
the
like
wall.
mechanical bullshit that needs to be done in order to make this viable, but once you get that figured out, all it takes is just like a simple head nod from the huge ox on the wall to push the stone far enough.
I think we broke Mike.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I got a second page unresponsive when I tried to reload my Roll20. So now I have 2 Roll20s that are not working for some reason, even though I've only got one open.
Hmm.
That's some dumb fuckery right there.
This is not the weirdest way I've seen someone solve a problem, but this is up there.
This is the best way to solve a
I
problem.
mean, this is definitely one of the more creative ways that I never would have thought you guys were going to do it that way.
Like,
I'm curious. At the end of the session, I want to know what Mike thinks we would have done.
Well, there's what I had planned, but whatever.
You can tell us that later then.
Yeah. But yeah, the stone wall pushes open just enough for a rush of air to come in. And then once the ox repositions a little bit, he pushes the rest of the way in order to push it all the way open.
Do that first.
Yeah, we didn't even ask which direction it slides open. We just assumed.
Doesn't matter. It's open.
It's open. Let's go.
I will shadowy swoop my way back over. Pew pew.
There we
Once
go.
Mr. Oxy Boy has shuffled his booty out of the way.
Yeah. It would also help if you reduced my size.
Shrinkify.
I'm
Alright.
required to keep it open.
Yeah. Follow the black snake, everyone. Black snake.
Just
Follow
go
the
along
black
the
snake.
wall.
Alright, then I need everybody to roll acrobatics checks as you follow the black snake.
I will
Shuffle in here. I'm just moving my token for purposes of everyone's tokens fitting over here.
I'll
Just-
enhance
I'll stick
my
to the wall.
thing so that it's easier for me with the rune. For advantage.
I'm spooked.
Why are you still so big?
Because he's still an ox.
Oh.
I still got a couple hours left on this thing, man.
Well, I knew I should have been scared.
I'm gonna get as much time out of this as I can. I got 3 hours left on this damn thing. See how long I can ride this out. So you just now see a metal ox walking along the walls.
All right. So, still need one from Zaris.
He's debating whether or not to just Misty Step across. Because with
Well-
his rolls, he's not going to make it.
Well, Misty stepping would only get you about 3/4 of the way there.
Okay, Dimension Door.
All right.
Damn.
What? Why
Son.
not take someone with you?
Please.
Because all of you already started making your way across.
Well, like I said, I was
So-
debating it.
Yeah,
I
he
just
was
wanted to
debating
see
it.
how everybody else did and how much damage they would take.
Wait a second.
That
couldn't
would
you
determine how
open the
bad
door
it would be for me.
through the door?
I could die.
I could easily
Yeah,
die.
Amity could easily die too.
All right.
I'm
So,
at 16
Amity,
health.
That's more than me.
Yes.
you stumble and a dart shoots out of the wall and hits you.
Help.
I should probably roll it first. Yep, that hits you.
Yep. Would it hit even with shield?
Are you shielding?
Sure.
What does that bring your AC up to?
Let me see. Major armor's still up, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it would take it to what? Let me.
You can do it. We believe.
I'm trying to make sure what my major armor is right now. I think it's
So it'd be
15?
13 plus your dex plus 5.
So that would be 16 plus 5, 21.
Okay. Then as you throw up a shield, it bounces off of the shield.
Yay!
Shield
Ramona?
stays for another few seconds.
You also stumble and get a dart
able-
flying at you.
Am I able to? I guess I probably can't, but I'll ask anyways. Am I able to shadow step and try and catch the dart going for her?
No.
Damn it!
Oh, that
Probably
really
dead.
hits you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, good.
I'm so scared. I'm definitely unconscious.
So that is 3 points of piercing damage and 17 points of poison damage.
Yeah, I'm unconscious. I was at 11.
All right.
Blip.
Hey, Ox Boy, go get her.
So as Ramona falls unconscious and falls flat across the ground, another wave of darts go flying. This time at everybody within
Oh.
the room.
I'm helping.
Wait till they pass to grab her.
So first against Amity, who is still shielded, and it
Yes.
still hits you.
Good.
Thing is, once she falls forward, hit her unless they aim directly toward the ground.
Well, it has disadvantage because she's a prone figure. Oh, I rolled much better for you. So that is 4 points of piercing and 6 points of poison,
Okay.
or 10 points of damage. And then for Vanya,
Yeah.
that will hit you, Vanya.
Okay.
Yeah, that we're making the DM's life slightly harder with this ox thing. I had a plan, and this is how the fuck it's going.
All right, so Vanya, you take 4 points of piercing and 7 points of poison damage.
Lord, I just screwed up my health.
Yeah, I just noticed your bar just disappear. What did you do?
twice. It's okay. I was
Okay.
at 7. Nope, I fixed it. It's fine.
Okay,
So to,
cool.
how many points of piercing?
It's 11 total.
11 total. Cool.
All right, and then one against the unconscious Ramona.
Good to you. Just let him pass first.
Okay, for some reason it took the higher one, but even the lower one still hits. So, Ramona, you have one death fail.
How close is she to me related to like where she fell?
I'm assuming that you guys were kind of like going right, like in order. So it's Amity, Ramona, unconscious between you, the two of you, and then you, like all within like 5 feet of each other.
So I'd be able to squat down and cast Cure Wounds.
Yes.
I will squat down and cast Cure Wounds.
All right, make me an acrobatics check to make sure you don't slip and hit another wave of darts.
All right.
All right, then you're fine. And Ramona, you are conscious with 5 hit points.
Ugh. Thank you.
It's fine.
This is the most dangerous game of Twister ever.
Yep.
Really.
It's fine.
In the meantime, Zephy's sort of gonna walk in, be like this.
Still a
orange
cow.
one, still an ox. On a wall. Lean in, offer a horn, and be like, "Do you guys want on?" Like, gesture in a way is like, "Do you guys want the horn to just get across without having to touch the floor?"
I don't know if I could hold long enough.
You could also
fine
try
get
to.
across.
You could also try to like scramble on top of the side of the wall walking
Whoa, that's so weird.
ox.
Yeah,
I like
it's
this idea.
Or you can dart back to me and I can dimension doors to the other side.
How
Well, they would
far?
have to
If
be
you're
should
not
do
that
that.
far in.
I was gonna say, how far did I make it before I?
About halfway.
At that point, it's like might as well keep going forward.
Can I do anything to help her as she's trying to cross?
I could become
Um,
tiny, and you could piggyback me.
You could do that. Also, you can give yourself disadvantage to give her advantage.
I'll do that.
Buddy.
All right.
Mhm.
Then I need another round of acrobatics checks from the ladies. Sans Rowan.
I still might not make it.
We're gonna.
I'm just like pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, definitely not condescending at all.
I feel like it's more weird that the ox
Rocking
is
it.
just walking across the walls.
Nice.
Oh no, my mouse.
Uh-oh. And she can't play anymore.
It's fine. It falls all the time. 'Cause I'm a responsible gamer.
Still need one from Amity.
I'm sorry, what was I rolling?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Cool.
Acrobatics.
Concentration on.
Good.
Oh, God.
I can only help one of.
All right.
For the
So
greatest.
another dart is going to fly at Amity.
Great.
Where are they in this room at this point?
I'm assuming her
This
shield's
is
still not.
the second half of the room.
I'm assuming her shield is down now.
Yes.
Okay.
And another one will hit you.
Okay.
For 3 points of piercing and 9 points of poison, total of 12
Ow.
damage.
Okay. Fly is looking real good right now.
Oh my god.
But the 3 of you get across.
Okay.
So
And
this
we'll
is,
just look at Zaris just still standing at the other side.
Are you coming now? That nobody else can trigger something by mistake?
Yeah, and I'll
Great.
just dimension door and appear right behind him.
All
Great.
right.
You're
Yeah.
really friendly.
considering there's an ox on a wall and he just doored behind you.
Like, well, I was thinking about maybe taking somebody with me, but you guys all took off before I could actually say something, so.
That was a long hour.
All right. So, Rowan, you can sense a slight breeze coming from the tunnel this way. Also, at this kind of fork here that you guys came out of one side of the fork, you can see that there is another kind of like slab of stone. However, this one depicts a many-headed snake figure.
Hmm. Okay, and the path to the left over here, it's like it's just like it's a pathway.
Yeah,
Okay, we just don't see what's on the other side of it. Okay.
yeah, because that's the end of the map.
Okay, gotcha.
Cyrus would probably recast Detect Magic again, since it's at least been 10 minutes. He will pretty much just keep it up the entire time in here.
All right. Zaris, you would sense off of the slab of stone from this side a air of necromancy, as well as the little bit of the slab that was not pushed up against the wall. You can see just like a hint of transmutation coming from that one.
And I would relay that information to everyone.
Which one's giving off necromancy?
Over here.
Oh, okay, the way we don't want to go.
Mike,
Well,
let me know
shit.
when
That seems
Zephyrs'
very
hour of
tomb-like.
spider climb ends.
I will let you know.
Be a
Well,
while.
there's airflow this way, so we should probably go this way.
Sounds good.
Because opening a tomb is not really on my list of things I wanted to do today.
Absolutely not.
So we will go this way. And I will check for traps along the way.
All right. As you walk along, you notice that there is that kind of depicted along the walls seems to be some kind of like mural. It's kind of weird because it seems like the story is being told in reverse as you are leaving the tomb. It depicts a snake being cast into darkness, followed by a snake leading several smaller snakes towards the sun, followed by a woman being turned into a snake, followed by a woman that is being embraced by a man, followed by a child running through fields with the sun raining down from overhead.
Is this starting to ring any bells about a thing I might know?
For anyone proficient in religion, does this make any sense?
Anyone who's proficient in religion can make a religion check.
Just me.
I won't be rolling.
No, me too.
Well, I got a +1 to that.
Nope.
You know.
I got that proficiency in religion.
All right. Rowan, you're not sure about sorry, just loud cat
I'm
off
not
in
sure
the
about that
distance.
cat. That's what
Yeah.
not sure about.
Just wow.
You're not sure about the relevance of the woman, but from what you can tell of the large snake leading the small snakes, you can guess that this is probably depicting the story of the cloaked serpent, one of the betrayer gods.
Mm-hmm. The symbols of the sun, are they? Is it just like the sun, or does it look like the symbol of the Dawnfather?
It's unclear.
To be fair, there's a lot of things that use the sun as iconography.
Well, I know, but I mean, if it's a betrayer god, then
Can't say anything. I'm an
safe.
ox.
Venusaur.
If there's another slab, be sure to hook Zephyr to it and start.
I'll relay the information to the group that what I'm pretty sure it is. All while spending more time looking at like the depictions of the sun and sort of tucking my hand like back into my tunic and just sort of putting my hand over the symbol of Paylor, while muttering more things under my breath as we walk.
Sure.
Zephyr didn't know any better. She thinks she was saying the national anthem.
Of what country?
That's a good question.
I mean, Nestor can think that all he wants. Why would Zephyr know any of that?
Yeah, out of character, of course.
And just keep walking.
All right. And as you keep walking, you come to a staircase that leads up to a solid slab of stone.
Do I see anything around this solid slab of stone that could open this door?
Nope.
Do I detect any magic?
Detecting magic? You don't detect anything.
You need me to move it.
Is this space big enough for our ox to fit?
Sure.
I've been behind you this entire time.
Well, I know, but I mean the staircase. I just move out of the way and let Zephyr in and be like, well, this is all you.
All right.
Just attach me to it, and I will move it.
Don't even need to do that.
Yeah.
You just kind of climb
Honk
up
it with a horn.
and like put your full strength straight up into the stone, and it kind of lifts a bit and kind of is pushed off of whatever seal it was in. And then the rest of you from there can easily kind of like move it to the side.
Hooray.
So much
And
holding it in place.
yeah. And as you move it to the side, you are met with the sound of the night forest.
On the other side of the stone, so like not the side that we could see from the inside, but the other side, is there anything on it, or is it just stone?
On the other side of the stone, as you look at it, you see a symbol that looks like a coiled serpent.
Oh wow!
Most
I know, right?
An entrance.
Well, that was interesting. Does it look like it's still the same timeout, or like a related amount of time for how long we thought we were in the tomb?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take out the binoculars.
Right, because there's a clock.
Yeah.
Funniest item ever.
Yeah, it seems like the amount of time that you were in there is exactly the amount of time that had passed.
Cool.
Making sure nothing weird happened.
Yeah.
At this point, can I still tell if there's still some weird things happening with the forest?
Well, now that you are out, you actually find yourselves in ruins.
Is there any tree cover here or no?
You can see tree cover on the edge of the ruins.
Does it look like anything that's left standing has any kind of writing on it?
Not quite. You can see like a couple like ruined columns and obelisks that look like they might have had writing, but it has since like worn off through rain and erosion.
So super old ruins.
Yeah.
All right, well, just finding a tomb. That was fun.
Do you think we should
climb out?
If we see that wandering person again, do you think we should mention it to them?
Probably.
On them, they probably already knew about it and withheld that information.
They probably didn't think we'd find it.
I don't see how it would benefit him to withhold anything from us.
He also probably saw us fall into it.
If he was still watching us, yeah, it's possible. Do I hear or see anything where do we people, animals, anything?
Not at the moment. No, nowhere tigers.
Well, what should we do now? Do we still want to go with our original plan of going with the knights, if we can even find the knights?
The real question is, do we even know where we are in relation to where we were?
That's a good question. Does it look like the ruins?
Wait, I'm an ox. I can't speak.
Venusaur.
I wonder if we're close to where we were.
I'm inclined to try and return to the beach still. If there's more of this waiting in the jungle.
Do the ruins look tall enough that if we climbed on them, we could see the ocean? Maybe.
You look at the largest ruin structure, and it doesn't seem to crest the canopy of the forest. You kind of think maybe when it was in its prime and there was more to it, it might have, but not at the moment.
Didn't Amity say she could fly?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, do you want to, that'd be cool if you could zip up and let us know, where we are.
I mean, does someone want to come with me? Because I can do
wanna
that.
Fall. So.
I can, unless somebody else wants to.
I would love to.
Well, if
Okay,
you
go
would
right
love to,
ahead.
then yeah.
I
I'll
can
cast
tell
fly
them
the two of us.
All right, so you're casting fly on who?
Rowan.
Yeah.
All right, Rowan and Amity lift off of the air and go flying up into the night sky.
Lift off the air.
I said lift off into the air.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
It didn't sound like it. Am I the only one that heard that?
It must have been Discord fucking up.
Yeah, it's possible.
Flying up high enough, do we see the ocean?
Yes, you fly up high enough, and to the east you can see the ocean. You can even see a little bit of smoke rising from the knight's camp. As you look back down at your party, however, all you see are trees.
Oh no.
There's one thick-ass canopy.
But we didn't fly through trees to get out here, did we?
Nope. The ruins were kind of like in a clearing.
Oof.
How long do we have this for? How long can we fly for?
Why last for?
And how high up did you fly?
Up to 10 minutes.
If I fly back down, do I fly into trees?
Is that what you're going to do?
Amity is not fucking leaving her.
Well, no, I just want to get close enough to the trees to poke them and see if they're real.
All right. The rest of you looking up, you can see your friends flying in the air. You see Rowan come flying down with a confused look on her face, and then just start poking at the air.
Zephyr,
Rowan,
what are
as
the
you
odds for?
poke at the tree, your finger goes right through one of the branches.
Huh. I'll sort of go. I'll fly, I guess, through the tree.
Amity, you see Rowan disappear into the trees.
No, she was following her. She's like, no.
Yeah. She's like, oh.
Oh, okay.
I was so kind of hoping that you fly into a tree. Thud. I was kind of
Yeah.
hoping for that, but not really.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was gonna happen when he was like, "That's what
Yeah.
you're gonna do." I was like,
5
"Thank
points
you."
of bludgeoning damage.
As you descend in down through the trees, the trees don't seem to be there, and then they just kind of clear away like they weren't there because they're not. And then you see your friends.
Well, that's strange.
Illusion magic is an interesting thing.
Yeah, that's strange. There's an illusion of trees around this place when clearly there is not. But
Yeah, we thought we lost.
yeah, the beach is that way, and there's smoke coming, so from that direction, it's probably the knight's camp. So we can just
Clearly,
head east and find them there.
whoever put this here did not want this ruin to be found.
Aren't you still an ox?
Drop my ox.
Venusaur!
Okay.
Aren't you still alive?
I did say I dropped my ox one the moment you started poking the trees.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be stumbling upon the tomb of something related to a betrayer god ever.
Curious.
So
The illusion magic would, and Zephyr's training in the arcane, would he have somewhat of an understanding of like a permanent, temporary thing?
Make a
Okay.
Arcana check.
Basically, like how recent is this illusion?
do you guys still want to do our plan of going back to the knights? Because if so, we should probably start heading that way.
I think that's the best idea.
Yeah, because
Teen.
this
Yeah, Zephyr, you're not sure.
This powerful illusion.
well, I mean, it's again covering the tomb of something related to a god, so I wouldn't put it past whoever put this here to be powerful.
So it means we should probably get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like we should still go back towards camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Stuff.
I'll land back on the ground and walk with the group in the direction of where I saw the smoke.
Remainder of the 10 minutes, we just sort of see Rowan slightly hovering above the ground.
All right. And you all start making your way towards the Knights of the Scale camp. And when you were getting close, you said you're like trying to like make noise or lights or something to make it seem like they knew you were coming or something like that.
And
Ooh, my
yeah,
Discord.
also Amity is definitely gonna cast prestidigitation to like make the whole party sparkle.
Yeah, I was gonna cast dancing lights and like have them shoot through the trees so
I
that
will-
they kind of see like a ball coming towards them, like above us,
I'll
like a
help
beacon.
Amity
Like,
make
hello.
Gonna give us the anime glitter?
Yeah, Amity glitter.
All right. As you send your light show ahead of you into the forest, a commotion does start to build in the camp.
I just put my hands up now.
Yeah,
No,
I was
yeah,
gonna
no,
say,
definitely
everyone,
Same here.
hands
Hands
up,
are already
and
up.
no reactions, please. As
If
I
they-
look pointedly at Xeris.
If
I
they
mean-
hit me, I'll probably die. It's fine.
If they don't attack us first, we'll be
Even
fine.
there are dozens of them. Do not attack them, or we will be killed. Clearly, they wouldn't be going through all this trouble to just kill us. They clearly want us for something. So
If they
She's
want to
right.
pay for
I
something-
think surrender. I think surrender is our best option here.
yeah. So no fighting. Or
There's
we
too many
will
of them.
die.
There's too many of them, and we're too hurt.
Please. For the sake of everyone.
Hands up. Put the totem away.
I have to carry
Put
the
that
totem.
totem away.
It's a 3
Put the
foot
totem
I can't-
down. All right,
it's a
hands
3
up.
foot totem.
We
I can't hide
walk
anything.
once we're close enough. Anyways, we're hands up, walking out of the forest.
All right.
Also, if you're gonna be snarky, just don't say anything.
Fine, I
Don't say-
won't.
Don't say nothing nice. Don't say nothing at all.
Exactly.
Can I try to hide my focus on me?
What's your focus?
It's a crystal.
It's a crystal.
A crystal.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, jeez. I am super sleight of hand.
Oh, wait, that was advantage.
Wait. No,
was a
that's
9. No,
11.
Yep, that's an 11.
Womp womp.
All right.
The crystal. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Who knows? Maybe the guy that searches you is blind.
Maybe?
If you hide mine, it's 3 feet tall and has a leather strap on it.
So, as the party comes wading out of the forest with their hands up, and the knights see you, they start yelling for the prosecutor. And by the time you get to the edge of the camp, you see the prosecutor walking through the throngs of knights. She hasn't drawn her sword yet, as all of you seem to be surrendering. You can see that there is a gentleman wearing the armor of the Knights of the Scale next to her, with an arrow on his back. The woman looks at all of you and makes a couple hand motions, to which the gentleman next to her with the bow says, "The prosecutor says you're all under arrest. Again."
We kind of figured we would be.
Why do you think we have our
Does
hands?
this seem familiar to a show I've watched recently?
I hope it does.
Yeah.
But you should also know this forest sucks. It's really the reason we came back here.
It
Yeah,
does
we
suck.
don't feel like we just kind of don't feel like dying. So
Were-tigers with snake iconography, it sucks.
it's
Some zombies at one point.
Yeah. Snarky
She-
dude.
She continues to sign to the man, well, to you guys, and the man next to her says, "You will all be disarmed and will be restrained. We won't put the magical restraints on you as long as you promise not to try to escape again."
You didn't
No
try
promise.
to escape in the first
Promise.
place.
that's fair.
We promise. She's like
And-
looking at Zephyr.
And to be honest, we didn't try to escape the first time. Just so you know, like we said on the boat.
The woman signs again, and the man says, "We will discuss that later."
Okay, that's.
And
fair.
then she does another sign, and he says, "Take them to the temporary holding cell." And the knights move towards you to start disarming you and handcuffing you. Do any of you resist?
Nope.
No.
Oh, hey, did you guys happen to find the rest of our stuff while you were on this beach?
Did you happen to
Mostly
find
mostly
Basil?
curious. Not want to get back at the moment, but just wanting to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, like, did you find that shit? That was expensive shit.
No answer. Okay, that's cool. That's I didn't expect one, anyways.
All right, let's go back into holding.
All right. And you are all stripped of your gear once again. This time they leave you your armor
Ooh.
and handcuff you and start taking you off towards one of the tents as the prosecutor and her companion move off towards their tent. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Okay. Great.
Alrighty.
Neat. Back where we started.
Hey,
Yep, here we
wanna
are.
repeat that?
1 month
My
later.
Discord died.
Mm-hmm.
You're all taken to a tent, and that's where we're ending tonight. That's all I said.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Do I get
Back
to
in the
do I
saddle
get to keep
again.
my symbol of Paylor since I had it tucked into my tunic and it's not in my bag?
They didn't take our armor.
Yeah, you would still have your
Yeah,
thing.
sweet. Cool.
What the forest?
That's a good one.
It's an idea. I mean, if you guys can think of better one.
I think that's great. What the forest?
Oh, okay
Yes.
then. You all
100% on
approve?
board.
Okay.
Is there a significance to the second R?
It's just
is that
a
just
typo.
Flashbacks.
Oh, okay, it was a typo. I was like Forrest Gump.
No, it's
I
called
was
my R key
confused.
likes to stick occasionally.
Got it. Okay.
Woo! We didn't all die. Yay!
Yeah, you effectively sidestepped my tomb encounter.
Goddamn
Really?
right.
Wait, what? So I want to know what were you thinking we were gonna do to get out of that place that wasn't
Yeah.
throw it into an ox that can move 4,000
Well,
pounds?
you would have had to go deeper and then deal with whatever was deeper inside. And when
How would
you
we get deeper?
by
There was
figuring it
another
out.
thing where
Oh,
on
by
the other
figuring out where the
side-
fucking question mark wand was in the scroll.
Yep, and actually, it was really funny. There was in front of that the mural of the snake attacking the sun. There was a trap door that one of you could have fallen into, and like it looked for a second like you were going to walk into it, and then you just completely decide I'm gonna go diagonal here and just completely sidestepped it.
Literally sidestepped the encounter.
Yep,
Literally.
and
sidestep.
all of
Where would
those
that have
traps
taken
over
us?
there. That would have taken you to one of them. There was an encounter plan for that one, and then all of those traps in the big room that your detect magic was able to help you sidestep. That actually led you to the other one. It would have teleported
Wow.
you to a different part of the tomb where the other one was.
Where was the freaking Elder Wand in the scroll? Is what I want to know.
The Elder Wand.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it.
I just said.
He just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. The trap door leads you to one.
Oh, okay. I thought
The
you meant
teleportation trap leads you to the other.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant two. When you said one, I thought you meant encounter. That's why I got confused.
Leave it to the party to neuter an encounter.
Oh.
Yep.
Sometimes that's what happens.
Then I
in
was like,
D&D.
well, I mean, they're just gonna be wandering around until they're like, let's just set off the trap because there's nothing else we can do because there's like, why would there be any doorknobs on the inside of a tomb? But then you guys just fucking muscled your way out. So I was like, well, there you
I
go.
like how Mike just now puts everything in front of us as a strength test because we're all wimps. And our solution is just like, well, let's just make one person, someone
It's
super
fine.
strong, and the size of a fucking building.
By the time we're done, we'll all be super buff.
Yeah, no.
I mean, unless you keep sidestepping all of my encounters.
That's
Which is our goal.
fair.
Now Mike has to make every encounter wild shape proof.
I mean, wild shape wasn't really the problem. It was like just like I'm not mad that you guys sidestepped it. It was a creative way of getting out of the tomb. It was a combination of wild shape, spider climb, and enlarge.
Mhm.
3 different like things all stacked on top of each other that was able to help you push open a door that is only supposed to be opened a specific way.
How much did that thing weigh, anyways? Like, what was the weight you had set for that?
2,000 pounds.
Oh Jesus!
It's a ton. Yeah. And
I'm pretty sure I had
Mr.
enough.
Mr.
And we
Mr.
doubled
Ox. Yeah, Mr. Ox, when he was enlarged, could push twice that. So, I mean, technically, you didn't even have to enlarge him. Now that I
Yeah.
think of it.
No, don't
But
make
it was
me
for
feel
fun.
less useful. I helped
I
him.
think it led for a good visual.
And on that note,
A
I will
giant
end the
yellow
recording
ox
here
standing on
and
the wall.
end the stream.
Good times, good times.
So thank you, me, for watching.
You're welcome, Joe.
I can't watch both at the same time. My internet's not good enough, or I would.
I understand.
I
Yeah.
was watching and then my internet decided to die.
That seems to happen to me too, where like I'll have the stream up and then like it'll just not work in the game
See,
because there'll
that's
just be
why
too
I
many
keep
things
it up on my
streaming.
phone to keep an eye on it.
Well, I mean, the phone runs off the same internet that the game runs off of.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with my internet tonight, but didn't have to run in incognito mode. 20
Nice.
actually didn't delay for 2 minutes in between each roll.